is recording.
Right,
if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will really show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Why does that always feel like one of those things like the Walmart makes their employees do before?
Because they kind of do.
Because it specifically is, probably.
Yeah.
Boosts morale.
Yeah.
But, like, we're not doing it for the morale boost. We're doing it to sync audio.
Yeah, that's what this team needs is morale.
Oh, this team needs a lot of things.
Bunch of depressed adult nerds.
But if we had morale, then what would happen
That's
to
what the
eggs?
mustache is for.
Hiding morale.
Oh, yes, okay.
It's morale for one person.
Alright, are we...
Oh, it'll lift everybody.
Are we
No.
streaming?
We're not streaming.
We should be streaming. You ready?
Can you guys move that? Because Terra is not shot very well.
Hi, I'm tall.
Fucking
Sorry.
eldritch entity. Unfilmable, unknowable. Actually, can you two, like, just scoot together a little bit?
We're not that far apart.
Maybe a different angle. I don't know. Terra, fucking...
Yeah.
Why do you keep pulling it closer?
There we go. That's as close as we're getting.
Honestly, maybe it's not a good idea to have Terra and me next to each other because
Yeah.
I'm the shortest and she's the tallest.
It's too late, though.
Oh, okay, what?
It's all over. Game over.
We thought we were being smart by putting you in front and her in back, so it was like a forced perspective thing, like when they filmed... Sorry. When they filmed Frodo next to Gandalf.
I'm a wizard!
There we go.
Hey, more importantly,
You're a wizard,
Ian
Terra.
fucking McKellen. The greatest wizard of them all.
You're also Magneto.
And, well, no, hold up. That's not quite how that works. You don't get to absorb the power of other Ian McKellen characters.
No. She's Magneto now. No take-backsies.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, that's all the power of...
Magneto.
That's all the
Magneto
power
was
of
right.
Elijah Wood's other characters, such as... Anyway.
You mean all of the mentally disturbed ones? Yeah, that was accurate.
What else is he
Are we
doing?
streaming?
Nope.
Why not?
Sure we don't have
That was a gem.
Sure we don't have live footage of me referring to our friend as Gandalf because she's slightly taller than the rest of us.
That would have been a gem.
Zero problem with this.
Do we want to start streaming?
Yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Alright.
Yeah, like when I asked 5 minutes ago. Are we
Ready?
live?
We're streaming.
Fuck, cool. No good of themselves shall the listener hear, speak of the devil and she shall appear. Live from Portland, Oregon and Belfast, Northern Ireland. This is Speak of the Devil, a new, live stream tabletop Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live play, brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. This show is broadcast live right here on twitch.tv/Infinity Break Gaming and infinitybreak.net/SOTD. What is so funny?
It's just like you're glowing like angelically and I'm over here in the darkness.
Where Dareth belongs.
I am sorry, I am bad at reflecting the sun's light back at you. I'm a shitty moon. We encourage y'all to participate in the adventure by talking with each other about the show. We will be paying attention to the story for the most part. But I will keep an eye on the chat from time to time. Before we get started, could you please take the time to share the link around to help spread the word so that more people can join us on this devilish adventure? Thank you very much for your support. Before I introduce Johnny, a person you are all already familiar with, I have a number of announcements. If you have been paying attention to Infinity Break at all, you know that we temporarily take a break every December so that our hosts can spend time with their families or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, weird. And no one's editing podcasts on Christmas because no one wants to do that, myself included. But you may happily consider this Speak of the Devil, the kickoff point for 2019 for Infinity Break projects. Everything is going to be coming back in the next week or two, starting with this very show because we have to do it because it's live. But I can promise that later this week, Of Horses and Men will be coming back, as well as Super Cinema. So, thank you for waiting through the cold winter months. We will now be back to comfort you into the new year with our horrendous bullshit. If you would like to listen to a podcast that has been updating despite the holidays, the Layman Podcast is a dear friend of ours, and we highly encourage you to check out their programming. They have recently done episodes on the... Oh my god!
Sorry. We're back.
They have recently, well, good, I have more ads, I guess. They have recently done episodes on the classic comic Bone, as well as Infinity Gauntlet, and the run of Daredevil. You can still hear Andrew. The run of Daredevil in which Wilson Fisk becomes mayor. They are a genuinely hilarious show, and we highly encourage you to check them out because they are our friends.
Do you say bone?
Bone.
Like Jeff Smith's bone?
Yeah. They did a full episode on Jeff Smith's Bone.
That is awesome. I started reading that when I was 12.
You should listen to that episode. It's very good.
I'm
and
going
then
to.
when they get into the conspiracy theories at the end of the show, it's beautiful. I was genuinely worried for one of theirs mental health. Paul, what's wrong with you, man? Y'all good?
We're good.
Yay, good.
It's my work phone, so I don't really have a choice in not answering.
Yeah. Well, anyway, folks, highly encourage you to check out Lame On. Fear not, Infinity Break shows are coming back in the next couple of weeks, and later this very stream we will have a very large announcement about a very big project that we are doing. But that will have to wait until after the adventure. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen and other identifiers, please welcome to the stage the mastermind behind this misadventure, the devil himself. A nickname, Johnny Rinaldo. Anything.
Starting back strong.
Okay, nope, I got it.
Alright.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen and other identifiers, please welcome to the stage the mastermind behind this misadventure, the devil himself, the sorcerer's apprentice, Johnny Rinaldo.
Nice.
He's only an apprentice.
I appreciate that one. That was good.
Thank you.
So just to catch everyone up, including ourselves, on
Yeah.
what was going on before we took a several-week-long break. Upon arrival in Waterdeep, the party stayed at an inn that was pretty hostile to non-members of the Adventurers Guild. They tracked down the bookstore that they were sent to find, which was curated by a person who had a book very similar to Dareth's. They met with the Pearl White Deviless and got some insight as to some of the background mythos of the universe that they're in. They contacted an anonymous council member at the Deviless's request to provide them with a list of other council members. They then tracked down a group of missing people to the City of the Dead, solved a puzzle in a crypt, and managed to free them. Upon returning to town, the party received a reward and immediately used it to buy a magic mustache. They were given a stark warning from Sharpie, one of the missing people they rescued, to be incredibly careful about where and when they say anything about the identity of council members, lest they become targets for assassination. They are now on their way to the Full Cup Tavern to speak to Maybelle Beerhammer, one of the people on their list of council members. It's also of note that the party has not seen Vermal in 2 in-game days.
I feel like he glossed over the fact that we talked to a mobster fish, what's the word?
Fish and Chips Mafia?
Fish mogul.
Well, that was the person the devil ass told you to
Right, but I feel
contact who
like
gave you a
it
list.
Deserves a bigger introduction than that.
The Fish and Chips Mafia?
Yeah, exactly. That's much better.
There was also that time I stole what appears to be a family heirloom Warhammer.
Yep,
From
that
a,
too. From Sharpie.
From Sharpie. But in
Yep.
my defense,
I mean, you didn't steal it. He gave it as collateral and then incurred more debt. And then you got it as payment from the person who was holding it as collateral.
And now he's sad.
The chat
And now
is
he's a
reacting-
sad panda.
The chat is reacting positively to mentions of the stash.
Yes.
So that's some market research I'm doing behind the scenes. Mention the stash more often. The fans adore it. We need to hand out the little dials that lets them rate.
I miss the actual stash.
I don't.
Yeah, Andrew had to shave it like a fucking coward.
Yeah,
Coward.
I was not going to wear that thing to work.
I'm not going into the office with a mustache.
So,
I can relate to that.
in the general tradition of how we've started this show when one person has gone off and done their thing, we join Vermal waking up in an alleyway.
What do I see out of this alleyway?
When you
Either
stumble up, do you like stumble up or are you just like leaning over?
Probably leaning against the wall.
So when you lean over, you can see that you are clearly at the division point between two wards. And the ward that you can see from your position on the wall is the north ward.
Alright. Can I figure out where that means I am? If the north ward's over there, then where the hell am I?
Weren't you the person who was trusted with the map?
Yeah, so I have to look that map up.
Oh, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Okay, so I'm rummaging around and looking for this damn map. Okay.
So you would know that that probably means that you're either in the castle ward or the trades ward, if you can see the north ward.
I was gonna say, it doesn't mean that I'm in the seaboard?
You would entertain that as a possibility, yeah.
Alright. I think I'm probably in the trades ward. I guess I'll try to stand up and go find
Make a
somebody.
constitution save.
Someone had fun. Fuck. Oh no! Oh!
That's a 1.
Um,
Might as well get that out of the way.
you try to get up and you just stumble and fall back to the ground and vomit everywhere.
That's not good. That's not good.
Roll again.
I'm like, what the hell caused that? 16!
Alright, you are now able to stand and move normally.
Oh, think something.
You got it out of your system finally.
Yeah, just puke and rally.
Alright, I got this. I
Can
got
I
this.
vote can I vote that the line "think something" was said in character? Not just because maybe you have forgotten some of the gods' names because you're that hungover.
No, I don't particularly give a shit about them. I was like, think
Vermal is
something.
Isn't Vermal,
Agnostic?
yeah, canonically
Militantly so?
agnostic?
Right.
Yes. So it's just like, yeah, think something. Okay. And then, like Johnny said, just like, alright, check it out. I'm good. I got this. Okay, cool. And, so yeah, I'm gonna try to walk out of the alleyway and see if I can figure out what time it is just by looking at the sky.
Looking up at the sky, you would reckon that it's just afternoon.
That sounds reasonable. Alright. Is there any, something like a tavern or an inn nearby?
So you would see, as you start walking down the street, you notice that you're in a very industrial area, and while you don't recognize any of the immediate surroundings and you don't see any businesses, you would recognize that you're in the trades ward, by the fact that there's a lot of, like, production facilities. Every time you hear a hammer hit an anvil, your headache kind of...
Well, if I'm in the trades ward and I can see the north ward, I know approximately where I am. Guess I'll start headed south. Am I near a main road or a side road? You said an intersection?
You are not near it. You do not spot any familiar or main-looking roads. You do see the wall for the City of the Dead off in the distance.
How far in the distance?
It would be a pretty short, like, 10-15-minute walk.
Okay. I'm gonna start headed south along the trades ward.
Cool.
Trying to find a main road of, like, central commerce or something.
As you are headed south, you find yourself on a familiar road, and you see, oh, fuck me, the Riven Shield, and you see a person that you don't super recognize, and you see the rest of your party.
Oh. Okay.
Hello.
Who's the person well, do they see me?
I don't see you.
It's Dareth with a mustache on.
Dareth, for fuck's sake.
Well, you know, so do I see the good doctor
Yeah, you see the
Tordek,
good
awesome.
doctor and Tordek and Pippin and
guy.
some weirdo with a mustache, but it's a
Nice
great mustache and you feel compelled to compliment it.
How far away am I?
That's up to you.
All right, I guess I'll walk over to them a little slower than my normal pace, just to make sure that I don't embarrass myself by throwing up in front of them. And just like, check myself a little bit. And they're like, okay, all right. And then walk up.
Dareth is just like leaning on like a railing or something, just like greeting people as they walk by with the mustache on.
Just greeting people.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
And then people are just like, oh, nice mustache.
Nice mustache.
Fine, young man.
Cool. And when I get up there, of course, I look at the mustache.
Oh, Vermal.
Hello.
How's it going? Where have you been? We haven't seen you in like at least a few hours.
Oh, Lod, it's been a wee bit longer than
Well,
that.
that's a really nice mustache you've got there. Good.
Don't forget to roll, Dareth.
Good job on that.
Just a charisma. It's a straight charisma.
Yep.
That's a
It
17.
was only 500 gold pieces.
Mhm.
It was only 500 gold pieces.
For what?
The mustache.
Oh,
I pull the mustache off for a moment and wink at you, and then put it back
And
on.
like you suddenly realize that
shit,
it's Dareth.
And then I put it back on, and I'm not
And I'm
Dareth
like,
anymore.
shit. Fucking Dareth was here a
What's
second ago.
what's that Doctor Who villain where
If
the second
you
stop looking at
watch
them-
him put it on,
Mm-hmm.
you know it's Dareth.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Also, Doctor Who reference, perception filter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
The Silence from season 6.
Did you say the Cylons?
The Silence.
Oh, good. 'Cause I was about to say
those creepy
wrong.
looking tall aliens that looked halfway between a Slenderman and a.
Yeah, those were fucking. That was
Yeah.
a weird season.
That was a weird season, wasn't
That
it?
was
That was a
weird
good season.
Yeah.
It was a good
Well,
season.
that was the thing where the second you looked away from them, you forgot they were there.
And that's why they like.
The tally
and
marks
then they
and
had
shit,
all the tally
yeah.
marks, and then there was just like a fuck ton of tally
God,
marks.
that whole
We
season
should
was.
like have a discussion about this at some point
I just
because I
finished
could
the
talk
most
about.
recent season.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I need to.
I just caught myself up to everything that's on Netflix, which doesn't have the
It's-
most recent season,
No, it
and
doesn't.
I'm mad because I want to see the new Doctor, and I didn't really like Capaldi.
Oh, I really Capaldi grew on me.
liked Capaldi, but it took a little while. Why are
Yeah,
we talking about
Capaldi
Doctor
grew
Who?
Yeah, no,
Really?
continuing on with
No, I was-
Dungeons and Dragons.
I was
Because I will go on for hours.
Me too.
I was
This
merely gonna
almost just
suggest-
became a different show.
I'm going to speak of the doctor.
I was merely.
Speak of the Doctor.
Ooh, we should do that. That's a spin-off.
No,
right?
there's only one. There's only room
We
for
should-
one Doctor in this show.
I lied. No, all I was gonna say was
Dr.
that,
Eden
like,
is forever Peter Capaldi in my brain.
no, I'm Graham
Oh,
McTavish.
you're not
I'm Graham
nearly
McTavish.
grumpy enough.
No, I was merely gonna suggest that the mustache worked in a similar way, where the second you look away, you forget it's there or whatever.
Yeah, if you look away and look back, then yeah, but if you
Yeah.
watch him put it on, it doesn't like...
Okay. It doesn't defy
Otherwise-
all senses of logic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a degree of psychic manipulation I don't think I can get behind. That's okay. That's okay.
Johnny, as predicted, the chat is on fire over mention of the mustache.
On fire as
The
in-
new most popular character on the show. What happens if we put the mustache on Pippin?
Oh my
shit.
God.
Oh.
That's podcasting singularity, baby. No, I mean, Rob and Glenn are very excited about the mustache.
We gotta
that's
save
all.
that for a special occasion.
Do we have any good jokes going on over there, or just excitement?
No, people are just really excited about the mustache.
You know,
Convenient,
that's a weird
beautiful,
fucking-
wonderful mustache. 10 out of 10. Mustache is majestic.
That's a weird fucking thing to get excited about, y'all.
Mustaches are the new beards.
You heard it here first, folks. Christina thinks you're weird.
It's true though.
They're beards for your lip.
What? That's disgusting.
Oh, all right.
I feel compelled.
So-
Anyway,
Right, sorry, back to Dr. Who.
best segue ever.
So where have you been?
I try to remember, and I'm like,
You get a few
Places?
flashes of being in a strip club and drinking a lot, and you remember being in a lot of very fancy places. Like everything that you remember, you're like, man, that's opulent as fuck. What was I doing there?
Alright, fair enough. I guess I decided to entertain myself for a while. Because, I don't know, we didn't really get a decent party after April.
I had fun.
So I guess I just chilled somewhere.
Did we have a party? I wasn't there. For that.
Somewhere pretty.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm just remembering how Eden spent that party, which was preventing Dareth from shooting wine from shooting wine bottles out of the sky. And
Well, you also
shattering-
got apologized to and a book.
Yeah, actually, my favorite type of parties are when I get apologized to and someone gives me a book.
We had
Note
we
to
had great
self.
closure for that town, but we did
Yeah.
not get to party.
Yeah, I got
No.
a friend's birthday party next week. I'm really excited for the emotional closure. Hopefully there's
Also,
a
Doctor,
cake.
you have really high passive wisdom. You notice that Vermal doesn't have her vest. Speaking of Amphail.
Did Vermal get a vest at Amphail?
Yeah, from the boss.
I was really excited about it.
Oh, from the boss?
Yeah.
Then I
She
was not
took the
present for that.
boss's vest off and just like wore it, has been wearing it like the devil's vest.
Derek wanted it pretty badly.
I did.
I was like, nope.
Okay.
That's mine.
Eden notices it, but doesn't care enough to mention it.
Cool.
Sounds about right.
So,
Well, to be fair, Eden knows what happens when he starts asking questions about things.
Eden's go-to strategy now is to shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's anxiety.
I lost.
so we're going. No, we found Sharpie, and now we're going to see Maybell Beerhammer.
Oh, that's good. Did you find anybody else?
Did we?
No.
We met a lot of
Reads
weird.
notes. No.
We have met a lot of weird, strange wackadoos in this town, but I don't think any of them are the weird, strange wackadoos that we're looking for.
Dareth pulls out a notepad and says, "Don't have a check mark next to the other one, so no."
And I just kind of like look at Dareth like, do I trust your ability to check off a name? I don't know.
The notepad is just scribbles, and then like the check mark next to
I like peek over. I'm like, I can't read that.
It's all. Yeah.
No, it says
It's definitely
right
hieroglyphics.
here. Wingdings. Don't go that far. Anyway, we were going to see Maybell Beerhammer at the Full Cup because she's one of them.
Oh. I like look at my own notes. I'm like, beer hammer's in there. Okay.
So let's go, and then we go.
And then we go,
And then
Johnny.
we go.
And then we
We do
go.
it.
So you guys start heading towards the south ward as I get up my notes. The full cup is in full bustle mode. The usual caller is outside shouting out various discounts for absurd working class things.
Like food?
Yeah, well, like, if you bring your pickaxe after closing time, you get half off a dinner. Like, shit like that.
I don't have a pick.
I wish I could just take a pickaxe somewhere and have them
We
hit me
could
up.
go buy a pickaxe real quick.
Yeah.
Discount that
as-
has therefore been negated by buying a pickaxe. No, we just need to sign up for Groupon.
Can you get a discount
As-
pickaxe?
Oh, you bring your shovel, you get a discount on a pickaxe. You get a shovel.
Shovels are 300 gold.
Fuck. A lot of gold.
But cheaper breakfast.
A cheaper pickaxe for a cheaper breakfast, eh? Anyway, when you walk in, the place is very busy, and as per usual, Maybell seems to be the only person actually working. This time, her father, the owner that you saw like sitting behind the bar last time you were in, is sitting at a table playing cards, and they occasionally like flag her down for more beer.
How loud is it?
It's pretty loud. It's like lunchtime, you know.
All right, huddle up. What? I pull everyone over to be close, but then push Vermal away a little bit because you smell really strong.
What?
And then
Yeah.
So, just to recap, we need to find out their opinion on the, what's the word? The war tribes outside town, right?
The bear? No.
Bud bears.
Bud
There we go.
Yeah, that.
I was thinking knoll, but that's not right.
No, I've never seen one of those.
So that's what we're doing, right?
Is this Terra talking?
Yes.
Alright, so
Well,
this
he
is
can
Terra's
read the
one
wingdings.
moment of sanity all game?
Okay.
I can.
The mustache jogged him back.
He's cured!
What are the stats on that mustache? Wisdom through the roof.
But that's what we're doing, right? Just to clarify.
What a horrible, weird tragedy that he's like, he becomes super smart, but no one can recognize him.
Oh.
That's like a weird fucking. That's like a fucking Edgar Allan Poe. No, not Edgar Allan Poe. Some like Nathaniel Hawthorne shit. I hate that.
Alright, cool. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Cool, but we're talking to
Maybell.
Maybell. Yeah.
Maybell the beer hammer.
I'm gonna sit down. Can I find an empty spot? I'd like to find an empty spot. Is somebody leaving? Can I take their spot? I
Are
wanna
you
take
looking
their
for
spot.
just a single empty spot, or like a place where the whole party can sit?
Just want to sit.
You can find an empty single seat immediately.
Okay. And I kind of slump into it.
Good idea. Good idea. I like that. That'll call her over.
Yeah, sitting. It's great.
That is a single seat though, and there are no other empty seats at that table.
I stand next to Vernal.
Mm.
We're all just like in a half circle around Vernal.
Just like standing around this one person. The other people at the table are kind of like looking at you. A couple of them don't like notice at all, but a couple of people are like obviously uncomfortable with you like standing right behind them.
Alright, so can someone wave her over? Or wait until she comes over?
Or we could go talk to her.
I like Jordak.
Alright. Fair enough. A lot of us like Tornak. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Do the thing.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go talk to her.
Go do the thing.
We're gonna leave Vermal here, I guess, which seems like a bad idea, but let's go talk to Maybell.
I like fiddle with a knife, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So I'm assuming you just like are going up to the bar.
Yeah.
So you approach the bar, and it's pretty like bustling with people, you know, getting drinks and taking them back to their tables. After dropping off a plate of food, Maybell comes back to the bar. Yeah, what can I get you? She just like turns and like points at like a dwarf next to you that goes 4 ales, and she goes and starts pouring ales, and then like sets the ales down. Did you decide yet?
Yeah, can I get 5 ales, please? 4 ales, please.
5 or 4?
4?
I don't think
4.
Jacob's old enough to drink.
I don't know. Actually,
She goes and prepares 4 ales, brings them back. That'll be 4 silver.
Walk down 5. Oh, also, we have some questions for you.
Well, as you can see, I'm a little busy. Could you come back after the lunch rush?
Absolutely.
There's a table in the back there. If you just sit down. Do you want any food or anything?
I'm alright, but our friend might want some.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
How
a
far away
stew
am I?
today that's just divine.
How greasy is it though?
That's a rude question.
Well, no. Our friend is not doing well, and I think some grease would help her.
Yeah, sure.
Well, here. Get her over to the table. I'll bring some bread, and I'll bring some stew, and we'll clear that right up.
All right.
You go and get Terra and take her to the table.
Okay.
So you
Alright. And then I...
You sit there for a while, and she comes over with a platter. It has 2 bowls of stew that she sets down, a plate with a bunch of like various kinds of bread, and then just in front of Vermal, she sets down a shot glass full of brown liquid. I brought 2 stews just in case any of the rest of you are hungry. You can just dip some bread in it. It's great. And then she just like walks away.
I take the other stew. I didn't realize I was so hungry. But that sounds delicious.
So there's a stew in front of me and a shot glass of brown liquid.
Yes.
And bread.
Well, definitely having bread first. Like a slice. A slice of bread. Apparently Vermal likes bread. This is a recurring
Yeah,
thing.
this is a recurring thing.
I'm like, bread, alright.
Bread makes you fat.
Well, you know, sop up, whatever.
No.
I didn't throw up.
Oh boy.
What
a fun person.
I'm gonna inspect the shot glass and like give it a.
When you sniff it, con save.
Oh
Alright.
man. Sometimes it'd be like that.
It's a 15.
So you clearly recognize the smell as liquor.
What kind?
But you just like you resist the urge to like, and you just kind of like burp.
Alright. Alright. I will steal myself for that later. And start bowing down on some stew.
Bread and stew.
Bread and
How
stew.
does the stew taste? Is it good?
It is fucking incredible.
How does it
Like
taste
you
to
are
me?
blown. Fucking incredible. Like
Alright.
you take like one bite of it, and you already feel a little bit better.
I'd push it over to Eden, like, Eden, you gotta try this.
Oh, shite. Howdy.
Here, I dip a piece of bread in it and then like put it up to your mouth.
Here comes the airplane. Also, what's an airplane?
Actually,
no,
you know what? That in reverse. Like Eden would be like, "Okay, Jared, here comes the airplane."
Yeah, you'd
Here
think.
comes the dragon. Open the cave.
Is this man your patient? Oh no, it's okay, Lon. Back up and thank you. And Eden munches away. Some groundbreaking role playing going here today.
Yeah.
Munching.
This is great.
Eden eats the bread.
Tordek is just sitting
Roll
there.
to see if you enjoy it. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Tordek is just sitting there sharpening my axe.
Natural 20.
Nice. It is the best bread you've ever had in your entire
Cool. My
life.
depression modifier doesn't even apply.
Despite all of the noise in this place, listening to Tordek sharpen an axe is actually kind of soothing.
Did Tornak bring the ales over, or is he
Yes.
keeping them to himself?
That was assumed.
I brought them over.
Okay.
Although I may have drank one of them on the way. 'Cause, you know.
5 ales, please. And what do you guys want?
That's what I thought the fifth ale was for. It was for the road on the way to the table.
Well, Vermal doesn't need an ale, so.
Yeah,
But
there
apparently I need liquor. Somebody in their infinite wisdom has decided that I needed liquor.
Hair of the dog man.
You know what? They're probably
I
not
guess,
Yeah,
wrong.
hair of the dog man.
Dogman.
Hair of the dog man.
There's dogmen nearby?
That's actually way like. I mean, I feel like that applies in this situation just because this isn't like a dog hangover. This is a werewolf hangover.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna have a couple more slices of bread, finish off the stew, and then just kind of look at the drink.
So as some time passes, she stops by and just slaps down a piece of paper on the table that is your bill. And it is for... Sorry, doing math here. It is for 6 silver.
The stew and bread was 6 silver?
And a shot.
Oh, and a shot. Okay.
And the ales?
The ale's already paid here.
Oh, cool. Alright.
Which reminds me that I need to.
We just want to split this check for the way, so
I'm not
Can you
splitting it with you
split
guys. I paid for your ale.
Eden tosses down 2 silver.
That's
I'll-
fair.
That's a third.
I'll toss down 4 silver.
Oh, I was
Because that makes me at 0 silver, and I like that.
Alright.
When you erase your character sheet, it takes the whole fucking table. It's
Well-
fine. It's fine. I find it funny.
I mean, when any of us do it, it shakes the whole table.
It doesn't make a noise, that's what's important.
Sorry, let me just add this to my.
I'm gonna throw down 4 silver.
No,
Tip.
hell of a tip.
Well, I'm feeling grateful.
Adding this to my ledger, minus 2 silver pieces for 1/3 bread.
And once,
Oh, I
the,
guess I got 1/4 Brent.
once the bill is paid, I'm probably just gonna slam that shot and get it over with.
The place seems to start calming down, and when finally when it sort of clears out and Maybelle gets a second, she grabs a chair from a nearby table, flips it around backwards, and sits like a cool kid at school at your table,
Badass.
and then just collects all of the silver and puts them in her pocket. So what can I help y'all with?
Good question, because I forgot.
We have some questions about your opinions on the bugbears around town. Yeah.
You
Sweet.
are you going around interviewing bartenders of Waterdeep? Is this for a paper or?
Yes.
Yeah, we're reporters with the Waterdeep Post.
We want to get the public's opinion on
We need to get
the
both sides of this
bugbears
issue.
outside.
So both sides issue.
Right.
Pro or against the bugbears?
Can I roll a deception check?
No,
Yeah,
it's
please
Terra.
do, somebody.
Vermal is totally judging.
That was a joke, literally.
Also of note, when she sits down, she looks at the shot glass that is still full and scowls.
Oh, no, I slammed that once
Yeah.
we paid the bill.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, she only just collected it as she sat
Well,
down.
no,
so you
after
should
they
slam
put the
it.
money down. For
Oh,
the
gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
I put down
No scowl.
4 silver so that she had a decent tip, and then I slammed the shot.
Gotcha. You feel repulsed for 5 seconds, and then you feel fully better.
Nice. That's good.
And also, it's of note that it doesn't taste like any liquor you've ever had before, but it tasted great.
Cool.
HVZ Bard would like to remind you to not throw away your shot.
I appreciate that reference.
Yeah, so what do we roll on deception?
I got a 14. Damn it.
She just kind of cocks one eyebrow and is like, alright, well, they're bugbears, and that usually means they're bad, and we should kill them.
So you would say you're against the bugbear tribes being allowed that close?
I mean, I would say any reasonable person is against it. The real debate seems to be, the point of contention seems to be what to do about it.
And
Well-
what do you think we should do about it?
Well, I think I should mind my own fucking business. I think that this city, which has a number of well-armed, well-trained guards, should maybe use them.
Why do you think they haven't done anything about the situation?
You said this is for a newspaper. Are you going to be naming me in this?
You could be an anonymous source if that's your preference.
We know how to protect our sources. We follow the AP style guide and everything.
Roll a deception check.
Oh God, why did you do this? It's a joke.
I was gonna say, I meant it.
Eden is famous for his deception.
Would be a 13.
Cool.
Not that bad.
No, alright.
Could be worse.
Right.
All I lied about is that we follow procedure. It's not like you can't catch me in that lie.
No, the lie is that I doubt you follow procedure.
Well, I'll leave it
What the
there.
fuck
That's
is an
my
AP
opinion.
style
My
guide?
opinion is the guards should do some guarding, and I am a simple bartender, and it's beyond my pay grade.
That's fair. Who do you think?
It hasn't stopped the beer from flowing in, so until that happens, I don't care much.
I don't think to that.
So you don't think we should go attack them or anything? Push them back?
She already said that that's what she
There are likely
Just that.
people whose job it is to make that decision, and I'll let them do just that.
Fair enough, but it seems like those people haven't done that yet, and I'm just wondering your opinion.
What makes you think they haven't?
Because the bugbear tribes are still out there.
And also, you seem to think they haven't.
What makes you think that that's not the decision that's been made, is to either not do anything or that a plan is in motion? You know, we aren't fully abreast to whatever it is that whoever makes that decision is doing.
That's
I'm a
very
bartender, you're journalists. If anything,
Yeah.
you would know more than I do.
true. Well, we don't necessarily want to influence any of your answers by giving everything that we know.
This is more of a man on the street opinion piece, anyway.
Woman on the street.
Person.
Thing.
She, when you say person, she like smiles, nods, and points.
My apologies for being accidentally sexist. My bad. Even shuts up for the next hour.
If you want a man's opinion, you should ask my father.
No, that's not what I meant.
But as you
Okay.
can see, he's very busy, and she motions to the table where he's playing cards.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's been doing every time we've been in here.
He's
Oh,
busy.
sometimes he reads the paper too. He'll probably recognize you guys. Dad.
Fuck.
And he just, like, you see him just sort of, like, wave her off. Thanks, Dad.
Fantastic.
I gotta think of an alias.
He seems like a
Robusto.
he seems like a person.
It's Charles Rapp.
He seems like a useless sack of shit.
How come you don't have any help? Like, obviously,
Ask
he's
him.
no help.
He's the boss. Doesn't want to
Oh,
hire anybody.
Got it.
Because it'll cost money, and he's a fucking sloppy cheapskate. That every time that she yells something like that, she like yells it.
At him.
You know, they say you should never work with family, and clearly that's an issue.
This is quite.
I don't know who
fast
said that, but I wish they got to me sooner.
It's don't work with family, children, or animals, and unfortunately.
What?
Alright, can I help you with anything else? Get you another round? I've obviously got duties since no one else is doing them.
One more question. What was in that shot you gave me?
Ah, Morning Dew. It's a liquor I make myself.
It was great. Thank you.
Tends to be.
It's a liquor I make myself.
We've got a lot of hangovers in these parts, so I make sure to cash in on both sides.
Ah, smart.
Yeah, Turkey Jenkins, I'm also sensing hostility.
Alright.
Anybody else?
Another round, or?
I think we're gonna head out. We have enough, right?
What time is it?
It's like gotta be 1 or 2
Okay.
or something. I don't know. We're inside.
What else are we supposed to be doing?
Johnny, what's the main quest line again?
Let's head outside and discuss it.
This is out of character. I don't really know what we're supposed to be doing right now.
What? It's like
Real
we haven't done
quick.
This in a month.
Give me an insight check.
Who?
Me?
Any of you. Anyone who wants to make an insight.
Oh wait, I really have wisdom.
13.
Me too.
I
Find that a little
got
hard to believe.
16.
Put a 1. Which didn't
Cool.
need to be said.
As you guys start kind of getting up, she doesn't move for a second. Yeah, you all stay safe, travelers or journalists. And when she says journalists, you watch her eyes roll. And she gets up, spins the chair around, puts it back at the other table, and heads back to the bar.
We could be traveling journalists. Don't have to stay confined to Waterdeep.
Maybe some of us could.
Did all the
Those of
news.
us who are capable of flying.
Hold up there. Was that in character? Was that an in-character bird?
I don't know. Did you say that in character?
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. I've noted your inability to lie to people.
Yes, -1 in deception, y'all.
So
He
we
has no charisma.
head outside.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to pull everyone together again, except for her. Well, Vermal, no, you still stay. Push you back a little bit. So she didn't really. I feel like she didn't really say that she thinks we should attack the bugbear tribes or push them back. She kind of just
What?
said the guards should guard.
Yeah, I don't think
we have a real confirmation on this.
I don't think the 5 of us have what it takes to take out tribes.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying.
Bugbears. Oh.
No. The whole goal is we're supposed to talk to these people and find out their opinions on the bugbear war tribes that are outside.
These people. How many people do we have to do?
A lot.
A lot. That sounds like a lot.
It is a lot.
How many lords are there again, Johnny?
There are 27 anonymous lords of Waterdeep.
God damn it, dude.
Jesus fuck, man.
You do not necessarily have to talk to all of them.
No, we just need to find one of them.
I'd prefer it if you didn't.
We need to find one of them who's willing to talk more than any of the ones we've met so far.
Welcome back to Chapter 2, Episode 38 of the Waterdeep Saga.
This-
Still looking for,
So we need to
still
find
looking for
these
Councilman
people.
number
We don't know who
15.
they are. We don't even
What
know.
other name do we have?
We have Elia Crownobler,
Yeah, Crown
Charlie
Nobler.
McAddington, and Flambos Deerheart. That sounds familiar.
Sorry, forgot that was
Oh,
his name.
alright, so we should turn around and ask her where to find these people.
We can't be that open though.
Hey, you know that secret society you're in? No, I'm not going to do
we just
that.
ask if she's seen.
I get the sense that she was.
There are like locations next to
Yeah,
some
there
of the
are.
names,
Oh,
and
then
that
we
might
should
be a
go
bit
to a
more
location.
covert. Sorry, I'm metagaming.
Crownobler is at
That's
Mars Fancy. McAddington is at the Grinning Lion. And
Tara, when
Flambos
you hear
Deerheart,
Grinning
where
Lion,
is
a
it?
light bulb goes off, and that's
What was
where
that
you
one?
were.
The Grinning Lion.
Okay. All right. Wait. Who's there?
That would be Charlie McAddington. Dareth reads from his scribbles on his notepad.
Okay.
Tordak is very surprised that, like, it actually says something on his notepad.
Does it though? Well,
Wingdings.
he's crafted this language inside of his own head that only he knows.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That's way too impressive.
Yeah, that sounds like some wisdom right there. Is what that sounds like.
No, that really
That'd
just
be
sounds like
intelligence.
being fucking crazy.
No, chaotic wisdom, but wisdom all the same.
Chaotic
no,
wisdom.
I have a passing familiarity with chaotic wisdom.
Do you recognize the Grinning Lion or McAddington?
Maybe.
Should I put a check mark next to Maybell, or
Why?
well, because our whole goal is to confirm the opinion on the whether they want to push back the war tribes and all that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her opinion, I guess. I don't know. She might not have told us everything since somebody's bad at
Well,
lies.
I'm sure she didn't tell us everything. But
Sure.
if I put this mustache on and go back in there,
Oh, shit.
she don't know who I am, and we can have a second attempt.
Yeah, but is she going to believe that another journalist is suddenly showing
Well,
up?
you don't have to say you're a journalist. Just chat, I feel like, is enough.
Yeah, just go up to the
Just
bar, sit
gossip.
down.
Exactly.
Did anybody remember what paper we said we were from?
We didn't say one.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right.
What if we go talk to Charlie or the place that you've been to, and then we can come back?
Okay, yeah. That would be better.
Did something happen there?
Maybe.
No, maybe.
um,
I've had those mornings.
yeah, exactly. I haven't had one of those mornings in a long time, so I'm like reflecting back, like how is hungover feel again? Oh, shitty. Yeah.
That's how I feel about Christmas.
Let me look up the mustache.
Well. What do these three think?
I don't know what's happening.
Pippin.
Oh, I thought you meant Shadow.
But Pippin
No.
got distracted,
Oh.
and Tordak got distracted by Pippin's distraction.
Are you both looking at a bird?
Yes.
Nice. Like, oh, hey, cool. Hi. Really? No opinions?
What's the question?
Johnny, real quick, does my mustache require attunement?
Nope.
Ooh, already attuned to the mustache.
Look, so what I'm saying is, if something happened and you don't want to go back for some
God.
reason,
No.
if you wear the mustache, no one will recognize you.
It's true.
Things that have just occurred to Purple. Also, when did you get so smart?
Yeah, this feels out of character.
I have 14 intelligence. I don't know what that means, but
Oh, that's right. You're smart. I'm sorry. You're right. That's not fair. You're smart. You're just stupid.
yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Well, you're smarter than me.
That's again the
You're
chat
not
is
as wise
excited.
as me. So, okay.
The chat is excited by mention of mustaches.
Alright. Cool. That sounds as good an idea as any.
Just be aware, sometimes it has a habit of falling off.
What?
What?
The mustache falls off sometimes, as mustaches do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Acceptable.
As mustaches do.
So you pass that off whenever you're feeling like it.
I take the mustache for a moment and just hold it in my hands, and then I kiss it, and then I hand it over to Verbal. And then I pull the hairs out of my mouth.
We all should look at Verbal when she puts
Yeah.
this on.
Heads up, y'all.
Okay, now we all know it's Verbal's though.
Now, is it a curly? Can you do the twisty thing?
Probably.
Probably. I'm not gonna, but
It's not quite that comically large. It's just like a bushy.
no, I mean,
The
like,
thing,
it could be.
it is exactly what Andrew's mustache was when he had it.
Shit. Getting on Facebook.
So
I don't know
far
if it's on
back
Facebook.
though.
No, I'm kidding.
It's not that
You
hard.
sent it in. You sent it in chat.
No, fair enough. I'm going to every so often just like make sure it's still there. As we-
So
I think
the
that too,
the mechanic there is every time someone compliments it, you need to roll a charisma save.
Charisma, huh?
Yep.
All right.
To fulfill the expectations of the mustache.
No, that's fine. My charisma's huge.
Not to brag.
Got a huge charisma.
Humble brag. All right. Humble brag.
No part of that was humble, but okay.
You got that big charisma energy.
If we don't name this episode Big Charisma Energy,
No, I'm writing
really,
it
really
down.
mad.
I'm writing it down for later. Thanks, y'all. Good.
Alright. Alright, Verma, lead the way to the Grinning Lion.
All right.
Oh, my notes almost.
And I head towards
Ye-
the grinning lion.
You do not remember where it is.
It's somewhere.
Don't you have a map?
Yeah. It's not that specific.
Do you tell us this, or are you just walking and we're all
Is there? Well, I'm like, are we outside? Are we like in
Yeah.
No, we're
en
outside.
route,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
more or less?
As soon as you want to start leading us.
I would like to find somebody. Not noble looking in the crowd, but like, well-to-do. I'm gonna see if
Mhm.
I can find somebody who's relatively well-to-do looking.
In the South Ward, that's a pretty tall order. You look around for a while. Roll a D100.
Hmm. That's a 91.
You manage to find the one rich person running some errands in the fucking South Ward.
Cool. I establish eye contact and say, "Excuse me, good person.
I'm sorry, I don't have any spare change.
Are they looking at me?"
hmm
Oh, I guess I do look.
But that is a very fine mustache. Well done.
Oh, why? Thank you.
Charisma.
Charisma save.
Alright.
That's
Add something to it.
yeah. No, I'm looking at it. That's. Oh God, how do I do this again? Proficiency. Got it.
You're not proficient in it. It's just your charisma.
Unless she's-
Charisma. There
Well,
we go.
unless she's
I'm not-
proficient in her saving throws for charisma.
No.
Oh, that's true.
I'm proficient in persuasion and intimidation. And
So it's not a saving throw. It's just a skill check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's a 10.
A 10. If the mustache falls off your face,
Shit.
the rich
Can I make
person
it-
recoils back. You trickster! You knave!
Can I make a
Trying to
dexterity
trick
save
me.
to try to catch the mustache?
Well,
Can I make a dexterity save to try to catch the mustache?
Yeah, do it.
Cool. Oh my god. That's an unnatural 20.
You dive, slide on the ground, and the mustache lands in your hand.
Perfect.
And the rich guy is just like looking at you and like scuttling off.
Why don't you hold on to your mustache?
It almost touched the dirt. Can't have a dirty mustache.
Fair.
Oh.
Don't know about such things.
Johnny, people in the chat are complimenting your t-shirt.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me remember who gave it to me.
Fuck off. It's me.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Everybody
I
should thank
remember.
Ben.
GM in the street.
Nice. Nice. Also, I am thanking Ben for clothing John.
Truly, the least I can do.
If it wasn't for Ben, when I stood up, you would have just seen my belly.
Aw, Tom believes.
As much as we
Nope.
would love to be broadcasting your nipples all day. We won't.
All day.
All day.
I was gonna say, you're
24-hour live stream, Johnny's nipples.
Yeah, like if you're looking for new content.
I'm just saying, if
I'll
you
shoot
want
you
to
in the face.
fundraise,
Johnny, you are actually our biggest draw right now. Sorry, other IB staff members.
Well, and the mustache.
And the mustache.
Yes.
So we've got three things
it's like
that
the
are really drawing
mustache,
people in.
Pippin, and
Yeah.
then me.
Yeah. There we go. Said it first.
All right, there. Yeah.
No, it's
I
true.
agree with the two of you.
Yeah. I know, I'm realistic about my place in this company.
Third place.
Underneath the mustache.
And the fictional boar.
Yeah, and the imaginary
And the
boar,
fictional boar.
who's being quite bored right now. Doesn't really like the city very much. There's a lot going on. It's not
Bored.
very interesting.
That's great.
Yep, he's bored.
No, that's the best pun ever. Today.
Oh, huh.
Wow, buddy.
So where were we?
We were at the part where I give up the amazing power of the mustache and be like, let's just go to the DM, whatever.
That's where we were going, I thought.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
the DMV.
You should find out where that is because I can't for the life of me remember.
You could like reliably relocate the alley you woke up in, but that's about as close as you could get.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead.
So we're gonna start walking to a random alley. All right,
We're
sounds
gonna
great.
head north because
Wait,
that's
look.
approximately where I was.
We're looking for a specific location, right?
Mhm.
This is a location that's well known to people that live in this town?
Maybe.
Just fucking ask for directions like normal ass people.
Well, that's what I was trying to do with the mustache, but we all see how that turned out.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I was just about to do that. You are more. You go. Go ask a question.
Hello. What, of a random stranger?
You just say it to nobody. Hello.
Can I wave someone down and tell them that my friend has a question?
Oh my god. I would actually.
Have you met Dr. Eden?
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's like, it's a busy city, so there's a lot of passerbys. You just, like, somebody, like, sees you waving and is like, are you lost?
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. What's the name of the place?
The Grinning Lion.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm supposed to meet a friend later today. Can you tell me where to go to the Grinning Lion?
Oh, a friend, eh? It's in the
It's
North
fucking
Ward, you
awful.
can't miss it. You
North.
cheeky bastard.
Ah, cheeky bastard.
If someone would like to hand me a gun or knife so I can just kill myself. Alright, whatever.
You can always ask Derek for an Eldritch Blast.
Just fucking put me
You
in.
already know how it feels.
Yeah.
No, but if you ask him to hit you, he'll miss.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, hit that monster.
No,
sorry.
he's like aiming at you point blank, and then it goes off and like destroys one of the war tribes' like war machines they're constructing.
Sorry, I was too distracted by the idea that Eden essentially just yelled out into the town square, "Oh, yeah, I need to fuck!" Did I actually get directions?
Yeah. He told you to go to the North Ward and that you couldn't miss it.
But like, okay, thank you. Shout.
And he walked
You
away
bastard.
laughing.
Eden, not having hair is just bright red all over. He's just got a tomato for a skull.
Alright, the North Ward.
Dr.
Which way-
Eden, Tomato Head, Raspberry.
That's me
No,
middle
Dr.
name.
Eden, not a good mood. Tomato
Not a
head.
good. No, Ben's not a good mood.
Cool. So we know
Also
where-
known as Charles Radford, his fictional brother.
Which way to the North Ward?
North.
North.
Alright, which way?
I hate all of you.
Dareth takes a direction and starts walking.
No, not the west, you
Roll a
fucker.
d4.
No, Dareth, the other North.
That's a 1.
Remember, like 2 days ago in the
Dareth
chat.
starts walking south.
Remember 2 days ago in the chat, we were all like, we all miss each other, and now we're just back at this bullshit, publicly dunking on each other on live TV.
Well, I mean, that's...
Friendship.
Slam
yeah,
talking.
exactly.
All right. Does one of us have to roll for an intuitive sense of direction?
No,
No,
because it's really
everyone else
fucking
knows where they're
obvious.
You look at the
It's
sky.
just Dareth.
And you know North.
Also,
That's obvious to all of us.
I don't
So you start-
assume that Dareth can understand anything ever, so yeah.
All right.
So you
Then-
start walking north, and you get to what is the obvious kind of delineation between the north and the trades ward, and you notice that there's a very nice looking wrought iron fence. It's very intricate and decorated, and it doesn't look like it does much of a job as a fence, in the sense that you could easily climb over it because it's opulent and lots of curls and things to grip on. Or demarcation of this is the North Ward.
Is it as good looking as a certain mustache?
Not quite. It looks like it would be better if you put the mustache on it.
Ooh, I do it.
You no longer recognize the fence, but it's a great mustache.
I set it on there and take
Hey,
a
is
step
this
back.
the fence for the Southward?
That's a great mustache.
I think I hate this show.
Oh. Are there any guards or anything in front of it, or is this a gate?
You don't see any guards guarding it, but you do notice as you cross into the North Ward that the guard presence is much stronger. There's definitely guards that are just patrolling around, which is the first time you've seen that in Waterdeep. And you also notice that the guards that are patrolling around are hard stink eyeing you.
All of us?
As a group, yeah.
Nice.
You can see the patrol, a couple of times the patrol will stop and sort of you can see the two of them talking to each other while looking at you guys.
Eakle does not
Do I recognize
Good.
anything? Am I getting any
It starts
memories?
feeling a little bit familiar. You're I've walked this way before. I think it was nighttime, so it looked really different.
Alright.
You keep kind of just walking deeper into the ward, and after a while you hear some loud music, and you can see down an alleyway, and on the other side you see a large golden lion statue with
Well,
a
that's where we're
big
going.
Cheshire cat smile on it.
Eden points hey, he was right. Countless.
Dareth keeps walking.
No, Eden kind of gently guides Dareth back.
I don't break stride. You just turn me and I keep walking.
No, you have to just grab him by the
Straight
scruff of his
into a
neck.
wall.
You have to.
Or so we got full Tom and Jerry kind of don't stop at all. Cool.
That's perfect.
I feel like the Tom to your Jerry.
So you start walking that direction. As you get closer, you see that the Grinning Lion is a freestanding building, so it doesn't have neighbors. There are doors on each of the four sides, and there are a large, one of these large golden lion statues at each corner. The building sort of reminds you, the architecture of it looks a little like the Roman Colosseum, which isn't necessarily something you'd have seen in this world, but just to give you as players a reference.
No, I went to what it was.
It's big and immaculate.
Yeah. You also notice the doors are like, there's like stairs up to the doors, and there's like decorative suits of golden armor next to each of the doors and they're holding like very ornate, like wild looking, obviously like wouldn't work as real weapons, but they're just like ornate and wild looking weapons. And there's very loud music emanating from within.
Sounds a lot like the first Peter Bard location. You were at this place?
Yes. I distinctly
It seems very familiar, yeah.
think maybe.
Do you want
Probably.
a mustache or go in there?
No, let's just roll with it.
All right.
Hey,
Also.
name of the show. Not this show, but a show we do.
That's the name of the show.
Dareth puts on the mustache and like licks his fingers and like smooths it out. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's a lot of dirt on his fingers.
every time I just lose more and more respect for Dareth. Like
You
I don't
still
think.
had some?
No, it's
That's
like
wrong
it's,
with
it's,
you.
it's like negative respect.
That must be a bottomless well.
It's really like negative respect. It's just like disdain. It's just growing disdain.
Even though he's the only anchor you have to the world that you once occupied.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. I have Pippin.
Oh, that's true. That's
a
true.
great anchor. That's a great anchor you get there.
After putting on the mustache, smoothing it out, he is then going to do his best stroll into the green point.
You're not gonna saunter?
Strut.
Just gonna strut. Oh, you just strut.
All that's in my head is the opening of this.
You have canes from somewhere.
You're doing the VG strut, right? Yeah.
I'm very okay with that.
So as you
that
walk
was
in,
a 17 for my performance.
the basic layout of the inside is it's a square building, and the outside area, like next to the walls and doors, is like there's a stairway going up to the door, and then it's a raised platform, and the center of the building is sort of a pit, and in each corner there's a stage, so it's sort of, slopes. It's like very slopey internal building. On each stage there is a single dancer wearing like cartoonishly think like the worst, most sexist comic book you've ever seen in your entire life. Just like next to nothing but its armor, and they're like dancing on the stages. In the center pit there are 4 people, and everyone's like, it's very like mixed race, mixed gender, like there's no single theme, it's like a something for everyone sort of place. In the pit in the center there's 4 combatants that are like imitating like arena combat with these like wild, silly looking weapons in the scantily clad like stupid armor, but they're basically, it's all just excuses to strike sexy poses while like swinging swords at each other. So it's like simulated strip combat. And there's ornate, all of these like ornate stupid weapons and shields and stuff are all over the walls. It's like super fucking gaudy. All of it is gold.
2 quick things.
Mm-hmm.
One, I fucking love candy. Eden is redder than before. And because he's bad at deception, he's bad at hiding it. Just...
Yeah, this is the place that you asked for directions to meet a friend.
Oh boy,
To meet a friend.
I regret my phrase. I thought I was being clever in the moment. This is straight up Looney Tunes style. You can just see the red just going.
All right, verbal.
And I'm always a little red, so it's just like whatever.
You notice pretty quickly that the guards of the place, which are they're actually probably the most like low-key aspect of the entire place, is just these like very well-dressed people who are clearly like now aware of your presence and are like strolling the floor, like watching, and you can tell they're watching you and not dancers. which is most of what cues you into there being guards, other than the sword at their side that is an actual sword.
Hey, Johnny, quick question.
Mhm.
There's some questions in the chat. Quote, are there all the fighters female, or are there some chainmail speedos too?
Oh no, think like He-Man, like chainmail speedo, or just a chainmail loincloth with like nothing else, so you get a peek a ball every once in a while.
Fans, you're welcome.
I'm
I'm sorry, did you say a peek a ball?
It's
ball.
There's a goblin in a chainmail poncho.
Hey, this got worse.
Worse or
You did that to
Better.
yourself.
more inclusive?
All right.
Ding.
The fans are satisfied.
I feel
Everybody's
like,
got a say.
I feel like we don't
Honestly-
need to include goblins. Like, it's alright. Like, it's okay.
Christina, you fucking racist.
Eh.
Said the guy who couldn't tell dwarves apart, so whatever.
Anyway, do I see anybody that I recognize?
You don't recognize anyone immediately, no.
Okay, just the room.
Yeah, you definitely recognize that, like, this is like flooding back memories to like weird combat-y,
Oh shit.
like vaguely combat-y, like lap dances that you got.
Vaguely combat.
Yeah, what the fuck? This.
It's a really weird place.
I'm just like,
What?
I'm kind of like
really-
looking at y'all like,
I'm
This
really
isn't like this isn't
sad.
even a thing where it's like, well, you know, in the context of D&D, like you are all deeply weirded out.
oh, even
This
me?
is strange. Yeah, like you're even sort of like,
oh shit, I was here.
you're like I was here for far too long. Like Silvery was like, what happened?
Look, Eden's wildly embarrassed.
I mean, maybe you're into it because you do sharpen things to like calm yourself
Well,
down. So like
I
it
like-
the
A good amount
In
of
character.
combat. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you know.
it seems vaguely in character.
All right, Vermal. Vermal, do you see Charlie?
What?
Do you see Charlie?
I don't fucking like look around. I'm like, no, maybe. Sorry, I'm kind of useless right now.
I can't wrap my head around combat lap dances.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Eden's
It's
deeply
a
embarrassed.
weird one.
Combat dances.
So does that mean we need to get
Combat stances.
Are you trying to merge the words?
We need to get Eden a combative
No.
lap dance just to see, so that he can experience
Okay, here's
what
the
it's
thing.
like.
Wait.
Then we can listen to Johnny explain.
There's
what it's
literally
like.
steam coming off his bald head.
No, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
alright.
like, make it competitive. Make it two
There's
of
like
them.
blood coming out of his ear.
Make two of them fight over him.
We're going to differentiate between character and player real quick. Character Eden, deeply embarrassed to be there. Ben, person. What? I am intrigued, but like not like that. Like I'm just like, what? I don't under.
You need to
Yeah,
understand.
Johnny,
and you
like-
Are there
What?
daggers?
Why? Why
is there, like,
this
fake
what you
cutting?
pick?
It'll make sense one day.
No,
As
it
long-
really won't.
As
the
long
It
as
really
we're on
won't.
the subject of not actually playing the game in character at the moment, I would like to say your description of the interior and
beautiful.
exterior, well, the interior with the pit coming down at the
Mhm.
four corners, literally one of the last strip clubs I ever went to 15 years ago.
I
Literally,
did not describe an actual strip club. Like I've never been to a strip club that
No, no.
looks like that.
No, like 15 years ago. That was the last
But
one.
like
And I was
it's
just like,
made to look a little
um,
bit like an arena, and so the pit and the like
the only
the
difference
high
is that-
rises. It's like a miniaturized. I basically like when I was thinking about it, like miniaturized the Coliseum, and then like the higher parts are more like seating than like a giant building.
Mhm. Yeah, this is a thing that exists in Portland, or did at one point.
Cool.
So
Not
I
cool.
like for a hot minute, I was just like, "Have you been to that one place?"
Yeah.
No,
City of
probably
Roses.
not.
I've been to 3 strip clubs in Portland, and they are that one up by my house that I can never remember the name of. I think it's the vegan one.
Sweet.
Now y'all know where Portland is.
The one that's a steakhouse, because I was drawn there by promises that it was the best steak ever, and it is. And Kit Kat Club, and that was just because I was there on like my first day in Portland at the
Might as well.
whatever that blue tinted bar right next to it is, and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, come over to this other bar with me," and I was like, "Cool." And then we walked into Kit Kat, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't just a bar." But in fairness, I say that like it's an accent, but I've been there like 3 times.
I hope you all enjoyed these local Portland references.
And that's only a small fraction of the strip clubs we have in town.
Yeah, apparently I'm
We have the
missing out
most
some
strip clubs per capita in the United States.
Tampa,
We-
where I lived very close to before, is a close second.
We
Nice.
also have more AA groups than per capita than any other city.
We're also
Goes with our breweries.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
we are also very high in churches.
We also are the sex trafficking capital of the country.
Hope you all enjoy these local Portland references.
I will say,
Don't
you
forget
guys
the
don't
Shanghai
have
tunnels.
a quarter of the churches that Belfast does.
Oh, yeah, that's not.
We're talking about America, not
In any event,
not
where
Yeah.
not Catholic land USA.
Dungeons
Hold
and
on, not
Dragons.
USA.
where is everybody around me?
Standing
Standing there?
Yeah.
there. I think we're
Like
all
you're
kind
all,
of
I
standing
imagine
there
that
a
you
little
all walk
outside.
in the door and sort of absorb it in and are all just standing there with your mouths open, and Eden is very red.
No, I'm not.
Tornik is confused but not unhappy.
Intrigued.
Well,
Nice.
in character and out of character, Vermal is going to look for a bathroom.
You find it fairly easy. There is a single bathroom entrance, and the inside of it is like on one side it's all stalls, and on the other side it's all urinals, but it's like one room with like sinks in the middle.
Sweet. Good. Very forward thinking, this layout. Cool. Everybody,
That is a description of an actual bathroom that I've been in because I just like drew that out of the cloud.
alright, everybody, try not to get lost. I'm gonna be right back.
That is going to be difficult for Eden because he's keeping his eyes to the floor.
Yeah, just keep looking at that part of the floor until I get back.
The carpet is nice.
Eden is appreciating the carpet.
I do.
Not that
This
kind
place?
of.
I like how Vermal used looking for an in-game bathroom as an excuse to go into the
Oh
main
wait, hold up.
That was clever, and I appreciate it, and she gets an inspiration when she comes back.
I guess I'm reading ads now, aren't I?
Yeah, you could.
No, her character's off doing a thing.
Not
What are
like
your
we ever
characters
can.
doing?
Alright,
Oh,
so we need
fuck.
to find this Charlie person. Is there a bar? Did we see a
Yeah,
bar?
there's a very obviously 3 bars, in fact. So there's like where the bathrooms go out is a door, and then where like that same place on each wall is a bar.
Okay, so
Gladiatorial strip club.
I'm gonna grab Eden's arm so that he doesn't get left behind, and then walk over towards one of the bars to greet the bartender.
When you get up to the bar, you are greeted by a big, burly Goliath that is wearing nothing but a chainmail loincloth. Oh, what can I help you two with?
I am definitely following them. I'm not
Yeah.
just hanging around.
Or what can I help you 3 with? Oh, and you brought a little friend.
Eden's kind of standing like how I play this game, which is sort of like that. Just kind of, oh, hello,
Hiding your face.
hello. Trying not to. Eden's very polite. More so than Ben.
Hello, this is obvious. You can probably tell this is our first time in here. What would you recommend?
Oh, well, if it's your first time, you should definitely get a dual dance. And he like kind of like shoulder nudges.
A dual dance.
You pay for 2 dancers, and they
Oh God.
duel. And he like heavy winks.
Honestly, if we don't buy one of these for Eden, I'm
No,
gonna be
motherfucker.
sorry.
All right, this is where we spend the rest of the campaign.
And then they never left.
And they were perpetually weirded out forever.
Vermal, as you get back to the bar, the bartender waves. Oh, hi, Vermal.
Hi.
Oh, You know Myrtle.
How are you?
I'm surprised to see you upright, honey.
Yeah, but, you know, the day calls.
Does it?
Great comeback, Verbal.
That was the comeback.
Bethea is still out cold, I swear.
I'm sorry, who? What?
She was the one with the battle axe. I think she had the battle axe last night, yeah.
Really? Okay. I don't recall a battle axe necessarily.
It's the one with the vaguely phallic handle.
Vaguely?
Isn't that all
The
battle
what?
Eden adjusts his hammer. I'll leave that up to interpretation.
I'm sorry, did you insecurely secure your hammer?
I will leave that up to y'all's interpretation. Which hammer?
Are you already at it again, drinking? Do you want the usual?
Usual?
You've been here once.
I've been here once, and I'm like,
We're all just like,
shit,
oh my
I've already got a usual.
Oh
Wait,
my
no,
For
I mean,
2 days.
canon, I was gone for 2 days, so... God damn.
Oh boy.
I did ask
2
you
days
if you
later.
wanted this to... I was like, are you sure that you're alright with going on a bender? And you were like, yeah, that's what the dice said. I was like, alright, that's what happened.
That's fair. I mean,
Specify
yeah,
there.
and that's fine. And Vermal pays for her mistakes. So anyway, so guy behind counter, bartender. Who are we talking to? What did I just walk into?
Yeah, we're talking about
I'm not
Goliath.
surprised you don't remember my name. I'm Frank.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. I apologize for memory issues.
Oh no, you were wasted the first time I gave you a dance. It's fine, honey.
God damn, really?
The first time?
No, that's
How
not,
many times?
That's not the part I'm
How
worried
many
about.
times?
Taylor, you were not necessarily
How
present
much
for
of
this.
your money did you spend?
Oh, she earned it all back, let me tell you.
Please explain.
Please
Torting
do
is
tell us.
very
That's okay.
interested.
You do not have to explain. That is fine. What are we doing today? Is really the real question.
Yeah, what brings you back, honey?
These are friends
Hi.
of mine.
Hello,
and
Frank. I'm Terra.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
the Dareth one might be able to make some money, but like, you're very handsome, but dwarves don't do very well here.
Torting
And-
just immediately scowls. Who's like, that's not why I'm here.
See that expression is exactly.
And the
what-
big, bear, burly, bald thing is sort of my shtick, so, I think only really the two of you is all we can work with.
Eden very quietly mumbles again.
Hey, do you want to buy another mustache?
How much are we talking?
Eden,
I like check my coin purse. I'm all like, it's reasonable.
Eden, who is
Yes.
still, Eden, who is still looking down, still kind of has his hand over his eyes. Says, "Thank you for the compliment." And that's it.
Well, burly in the bear. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
That's squad goals.
How much,
Hold up, no, that's not what I
Isn't it though?
meant. Might have been.
Also, Johnny, could you please do me the favor of describing Frank for me?
Frank is an exceptionally tall Goliath with a big, thick beard and a chainmail loincloth, and he's not wearing anything else.
Is he like built, or is he just like...
He is like buff for a Goliath, and he is tall for a Goliath.
So he's like...
It like him standing behind the bar makes the bar look comically small.
Awesome.
So we're like junk level. Or
Yeah.
Okay.
You are almost directly junk level.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're totally just craving our next.
Again, why do you think Eden's just like,
Looking at the
Because
carpet.
he's insecure carpet.
yeah, sure, that's it.
That's okay. I got plenty of
So
friends.
So yeah, are you getting a drink? What brings you in, honey?
We're still going. We're trying to collect information. We've actually got a couple of responsibilities while we're here.
Oh, you're all business today.
Johnny just sort of died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all deserve to relax every so often, and
Yeah, you gotta let loose sometimes, darling.
Yeah. That's how that goes. So, but today, a little bit more responsible. I'm sure you understand. You have responsibility.
I would
too.
straighten my tie if I had one, honey. What can I help you with?
Kind of find this person endearing. So,
What do you mean, kind of?
Oh, I love this dude.
oh no.
Frank is engineered to be lovable. Like,
Yeah, no.
kind of. Fuck off.
No, kind of, because verbal, uncomfortable about, like, what did I do? What did I do? So it's just like, you can be charming as all get out, but the fact of Verbal's brain is just sitting there going, what did I do?
Even his nervous all hell. Ben's enjoying this. This is great.
It's about time somebody else was uncomfortable.
Service I provide.
We love you.
He's always uncomfortable. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, sometimes he's too comfortable, and that's the problem.
Who are we here
Well,
for?
cut off.
Are we looking for Amaya? No. Charlie?
Oh, Charlie.
Yes!
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see you. Let me double check and make sure he's not, indisposed.
Hmm.
So how much?
Fair.
How much?
And he, taps the other bartender on the shoulder and, like, kind of, thumbs up, like, I'm gonna go do something, watch the bar, and walks off.
Mm-hmm. What?
The other bartender, by the way, this is additionally comical, is a halfling.
Is there, like, stairs? Do they have, like, stairs to an upper level bar for them to walk next to the bar?
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect.
It's so cute.
That's perfect. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. That's perfect.
Vermal, how much money did you make? How much money can you make here?
Well, it depends on how much pride I sacrificed, so I don't know. I don't know if it's an equivalent exchange, but I have some money.
I mean, we need money, right?
Like, now Vermal's just sitting there going like...
Dareth's just sitting there, he said that I would do well here.
Well, I'm just like reflecting on like, well, that awesome ethereal dagger holster. It's fucking 2,000 though.
Like, I mean, if they're hiring, then
Dareth is canonically a hunk of burning light.
I don't know if they're
well,
hiring,
okay, quote unquote hiring.
but you know, you might do well. Keep the mustache on.
I'm afraid it'll fall off, and then they'll be weirded out.
Oh, but that'll be like your surprise twist at the end of the act.
Who are you? Where'd the other guy go?
Where did that better-looking person with the mustache go?
Oof.
Well, I mean, if the mustache, elicits compliments, then automatically ups the attractive level. It's nothing against the gorgeousness that is there.
Yeah, Dareth is unnaturally gorgeous. It really makes me mad.
Like, I feel bad even referring to your hair as dirty. And I'm like, no, it's something.
Frank comes back.
Oh, hey, Frank.
And being on this side of the bar, he goes in for a big ol' hug with Vermal.
Oh.
You obviously have an opportunity to stop this from happening, but he's going for it.
I'm gonna allow it.
Alright, he gives you a big bear hug.
What is he, like 12 feet tall?
Yeah. Or, I mean, Goliaths are usually between, like, 7'6" and 8'6", and he's, like, a strong 8'6".
Oh, okay. So this is a hug that is reasonably able to happen less awkwardly than I was imagining it. And that's fine. Yeah, cool.
Alright. Charlie's not busy. He said he'll see you now.
All of us?
Yeah, you can bring your friends. That's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much, Frank.
Yeah, of course. Anything for you, honey. Is there anything else I can do for you before I get back to it?
What time of the day is it?
It's about 3 by now. PM.
Perfect time.
Well, I was about to say, like, do I want ale? Is it time for that. I'm like, no, okay. Where's Charlie again?
Oh, so his office, you go to the back of the bathroom and there's a door and you just knock.
Oh, okay, of course. Thank you for jogging my memory, Frank.
Yep, take care, darling.
Oh, you too.
As everyone starts to walk away, I want to kind of like dawdle for a moment and be like, so, how much money can you make?
Oh, I mean, it depends on how good you are. Last night I walked out of here with about 350 golden tips.
Yeah.
I might be back.
I've got regulars, though, honey, you know. Yeah, reel it in for your first night, you know.
Alright. Well, thank you, Frank.
Even quietly.
Absolutely, anytime. What's your name again?
My name's Terra.
And he goes in for, like, the biggest handshake.
Okay, yeah, I'll shake his hand.
His hand, like, fully envelops, like, your forearm.
So wait a minute.
Well-
He got 350 gold and he has regulars?
Yeah.
Hey, can we stop the adventure and just do this?
No, we're gonna go find
I
Charles
can't
or
make money
something.
here.
Speak of the strip club.
You
You don't even have to change the abbreviated title.
If only there were sexual
Oh.
words that started with D. Oh. Can't think of it.
Speak
of the deviancy.
Dance.
Oh, damn.
I was gonna say dong, but alright.
I was gonna go deviant, but alright. Cool.
Yeah, this place
So
is
we're
weird.
going to chart.
So we head to the bathroom and then to the back? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
It's just off to the side, you know, like it's towards the.
Is it a
Yeah.
stall? Because it sounds like it's just a
No,
stall.
so there's stalls on one side, urinals on the other side. At the very, very back wall, there's it just looks like a wall, but you can sort of like expecting there to be a door, you can sort of see like a squarish outline where like a hidden door might be.
Yeah, stop stalling. Let's go.
As been suggested in the chat, strip off the devil.
Oh shit, the acronym still works.
That's pretty good.
Thanks,
All
Lloyd.
right.
Alright, we go to the room. And then he said knock, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just gonna
Who's holding Zane?
knock in a casual manner that I normally
No, I'm-
do.
I'm-
Hopefully that's what I did last time.
I'm holding you. Okay.
The door sinks in and then slides off to one side, and there are two like actual guards, like they've got, you know, real swords, not these like crappy decorative ones, and they're wearing like clothes. Oh, Vermal. Charlie will see you now.
Thank you.
Are your friends going back as well?
Please, yes, that would be preferable.
Well, I mean, we know you, obviously, but we'll have to
course.
check their weapons.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've got an awful lot.
They motion towards a, like, box that's just stationed, like, next to the door.
Alright,
Can
Tornik
I-
stands there for a solid like 5 minutes just pulling weapons out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time you drop the reciprocal hand axe in, it reappears in the holster.
Bunch of arrows. I've actually got a lot of shit, guys.
But first off, I love this scene in every movie that I've ever seen it in.
Oh, timeless.
Every scene, it's the best.
It's funny.
And then by the time you're done, we're done with the meeting. You just have to pick it all up again.
Now, can I keep my staff, or does that need to go in the box too?
And I just kind of like motion at the reciprocal hand axe, like
We'll
Yeah.
just put the holster in there.
put the holster in. Does it stay with the holster? Or does it just go
Yeah.
right back? Okay.
Oh, damn, I was about
Yeah,
It's
I was really
enchanted to
hoping-
the holster, not to you.
I mean, I was really hoping that it was just gonna come right back to me. That would have been
Yeah, it just appears in your hand.
just gold.
No. So, that happens. Does the staff have any, like, sharp bits?
No, I mean it's made of glass, but it's not.
Can it cast anything?
No, not innately.
Does your chat have that?
Oh wait, yeah, I can. Never mind, I just lied. Sorry.
I was gonna say, thanks for your honesty, yeah, leave it behind.
Okay, no problem.
When you lied, I thought I was gonna have to take you out back. I'm glad that you realized.
I just forget sometimes. Sorry.
Okay.
We all do, honey, it's fine.
2 war hammers and a javelin later, Eden's ready to go.
I have a
That
crossbow.
javelin's not really a weapon, though.
I have a
If
crossbow,
you could
a
leave the
sickle, a
shield
dagger.
too, thank you.
Oh, okay,
wait.
sure.
Wait, so I'm like, did they just give me a free pass on keeping my weapons?
Yeah.
They sure as fuck did.
Excellent. I'm
Well, all right, I can do
Feeling-
magic. I'll be okay.
feeling a little less unnerved.
Eden hoists the shield over his back and sets it down gently across against the wall.
All right, go on up.
We go on up.
So they're like what you walked into is essentially like a small hallway, and there's a flight of stairs that goes up, and it seems to wrap around like the 4 corners of the building, and it takes you to like the pointed top of the building.
Nice.
So it's a lot of stairs. And you get to the top, and the stairwell itself is just very dark. There's occasional torches, and it's just plain rock. When you get to the landing on the upper level, it's even more opulent than below. And the guards up there, while they do have like real weaponry, are wearing the like super scantily clad armor.
Well, yeah. Like you do. At this point in time, like before we approach the actual door, I think Vermal is like racing around inside of her own head, trying to remember any more details that she possibly can.
The flashes that you get are of participating in the strip combat.
Did I win?
I mean, you've got more gold than you walked in with.
I'm gonna assume yes, then. Which, at the very least,
I mean, both
I feel pretty alright
combatants
about it.
get paid, so like,
It is at this moment.
Vermal keeps this to herself.
Hey, weren't you wearing the vest the other day?
Yeah. Finally noticing that it's gone.
I've done my part. Good night.
Yeah, well, you know, easy come, easy go.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially around here.
Long pause.
so you're having that conversation in the like reception area, and these two like those like sliding paper doors that you see in Japan slide open seemingly on their own, and you see inside this office area that has more of these golden lion statues, a lot more weapons on the wall. These are like cool and golden and weirdly shaped, but they all look like they could actually fuck some shit up. And at the table sits a notes. Sits a Goliath wearing like kind of small for his head glasses, because obviously they'd have to be custom made, and a very like smart business, like the medieval equivalent of like a business suit, with his hands folded on the table. Come in, come in.
Hi there.
Eden takes a
Oh,
look
Vermal. So good to see you again. You're not wearing your vest.
No. Not at
I
the
gave
moment.
you the best tailor in town, and I sent you off, and you come back without it. I know it's done. He works very quickly.
I'm afraid it slipped my mind on my way here today. I'm terribly sorry,
Oh.
but I appreciate your efforts to take care
Well,
of.
I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed to see you wearing those rags again. Would you like your armor?
Yeah.
Yes. I think I would have noticed that.
He just like claps, and like a
I'm
few
so
more
excited for
scantily
this.
clad people walk in with this like, think like basically, actually canonically, it's exactly Slave Leia's outfit, and like lay it down on the table in front of you.
Oh, they don't trust me? That's okay. That's okay. I'll put that on.
Eden is crimson.
Are you
You don't
changing
see
in
this?
front of your party?
No, you just put the armor on, right?
No, I think that's the only thing you wear.
It's a change. It's a change in clothes.
So I've been wearing rags this entire time, and nobody has bothered to point this out.
No.
Well, I mean, you've been
Keep wearing
wearing
your
normal
clothes.
people clothes.
Mm.
He's a snobby bastard.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, since I always wear my armor, I was just like, that was gone? Okay.
Oh, no, you're wearing your armor.
This is the armor that we're wearing.
Oh.
There we go. It clicked. We
Thank
got
you.
there. We got
Sorry,
there.
I'm hungover. So.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
No, that
You
wasn't
worked up
fun.
quite a tab last night.
And I faded off, right?
Oh, yes, of course. We cashed you out at the end of the night.
Okay, good. As long as I remember to be somewhat honorable.
Yeah, I gave you extra to pay for, your vest, so that you wouldn't look quite so shoddy.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I remember. You gave me that. I appreciate it. I have the ticket. I'll pick it up relatively soon.
Yes, of course. Murado is exquisite.
Where was that again?
So what? Oh, Murado's?
Yeah.
You've got the ticket, but you don't remember where it is?
Things are a little fuzzy at the moment.
Oh,
but
of
I
course,
do have
of
the
course.
ticket, and I will find it.
Frank will direct you there on the way out. I'm a
Oh.
little busy for this.
Oh, Frank
why
is
are you
great.
here, Vermal?
Oh, well, today actually, like these are friends of mine, and
I hope so.
oh gosh, yes, well of course, I wouldn't be bothering you with people who I didn't trust. And maybe a new perspective combatant for you over here.
Oh, marvelous. I hope it's the pretty one.
Oh, would you not know it? But we do have other business in Waterdeep, and we realized that part of our information hunt that we're engaged in at the moment actually brings us back here. So I'm, pleased as punch that I have you to speak with again.
Mm-hmm. And this information gathering, is this the kind of information where I should send out the attendants?
That might be best for all involved. Safety's sake.
He claps, and the two people who brought out your slave Leia outfit bow and leave through the side door that they entered from. And the two sliding paper doors magically close. Now, the doors are paper, so obviously yelling will be heard, and the guards are right there.
Of course. But nobody else is in this room at the moment, so...
No, what can I help you with, darling?
Well...
I will mention that generally information has a bit of a premium. I am a businessman.
That's perfectly understandable. And I'm hoping that once you know what we are all looking for in terms of information, that we can come to some sort of arrangement with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mutually beneficial, of course.
Of course.
Yes. Well, first off, what's your impression of the bugbear tribes on the exterior of the city?
Oh, they're absolutely brutish. I think if you shaved one down, they might be quite attractive, but
Oh my god.
they drool a lot, which is putting me right off, but they are savage, and you know I love that, huh?
I
Excuse
can
me
imagine
while I
that
update your class log real quick.
Shave
the
of bugbear
bugbear.
to find out. Well, sure. I mean, of course, it takes all kinds to make the world go round. Is that the extent of your perspective with regards to that?
I haven't had much reason to think about them, to be perfectly frank.
That's very fair. After all, you're quite busy here.
I've got a business to run, darling.
Yes.
Several, in fact.
And how?
In the background, he's looking at the wall. These have lovely weapons you got.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking cool, aren't they?
Yeah. He's just excited to look at something that isn't bugs.
Keeping it sharp. Keeping it sharp.
That's it.
Dareth,
Yeah.
with your amazing note-keeping skills, did you have any further questions that you wish to ask of the lovely Charlie.
Well, those bugbear tribes, I mean, nobody's really done anything about them. What do you...
Is this all we're going to be talking about?
Well, this, and then I'd like to discuss potentially, working for you.
Well, let's just skip to that then.
Well, as you said before, it's an information you give, we give.
Business before
I'll
pleasure.
tell you
exchange.
what, I will talk about the bugbears, and for every minute we talk about the bugbears, you work for me for an hour.
Do I get to keep profits, or Johnny?
The payment will be for my time.
All right.
Andrew.
I was kind of curious anyway, if I'm being honest. So.
There. To be quite clear.
But so the city hasn't really done anything about those bugbears outside, and we were curious. You as a business owner, several business owners, what is your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are that the city is impenetrable. The guards are well trained, well armed. The bugbears simply do not pose a threat. I haven't quite figured out how to monetize the situation yet, but that's my chief concern.
If you shave one of the bugbears, as you said before.
I have thought of that often.
Surely, and I'm no expert here, but surely having a horde of bugbears outside the city walls is a wee bit of a deterrent to tourism. I imagine you thrive on that.
Not much of my business is tourism. Mostly the upper crust of the city are my clients, and usually they swarm here after the battles in the actual arena. Honestly, I think if anything, those bugbears are great for business. It gets everyone a little bloodthirsty.
Oh shit, I'll just go fuck myself then. Bye. Fucking Mike. Alright, I thought I had a good point.
Honey, do it on stage, make a bug.
Well, I was
Okay.
gonna say, you did just get some information. So, are you implying that you're gonna throw down an hour?
Yep. No, it's all on Derek's bill.
I
Oh,
was
no.
gonna say, you asked questions.
I want to be paid in the cute one's time. I don't think that you would make enough, I'm sorry.
It's alright, we all know that I wouldn't make anything.
I get the impression that you.
It's
know
good
how to
that you're
take-
honest with yourself.
I like not being last place when it comes to sexual appeal today. By
I've
which I mean
never
my
had
fictional-
much of a thing for dwarves. You're ferocious, which I like, but I like mine a bit taller.
Thank you. Well, Eden shuts up.
They are, like, pretty damn tall. So.
Dwarves?
No,
No.
Charlie.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
Those tall dwarves.
I am not a tall dwarf.
You know? Sorry.
Alright,
this is out
so
of character.
that's an hour so far. I'm willing to bank for 2.
I don't think we really had any questions. Did you guys want to ask Charlie, our good friend Charlie?
You know, out of character, I'm just thinking I could do a cool thing with the kill.
Anyway, nobody wants to see.
No, no one does. but, like,
You could sham Rockstar.
Yeah. Maybe if you went down to the top.
You're thinking about this too much.
I think I might be. Yeah. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I don't think we had anything else we wanted to discuss. So an hour?
So an hour. Also, I'm gonna DM aside here. Your mission isn't just to ask them questions, it's to get them, like, in your pocket.
It is, but I feel like
Okay, just making sure that
Yeah.
you knew
We're
that,
gonna have
because
to
I was like,
address
if you
that
just think that
afterwards.
information is the only thing that you have to do, then, like, this is...
right.
Just making sure.
I just didn't want to discuss that in front of him.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, is it alright if I bring my servants back then?
Do I get one of those like the bikinis?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he claps his hands, and the servants bring in like a selection of like basically cups. One's like just like a tin thing with a chain, one's chainmail, and then the other one is like a full like body slingshot thing.
I think I'll just go with the classic chain.
I was gonna say, go with the classic chainmail. It's easier to breathe.
Fair enough.
Careful if you've got any hair though, it pinches.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I said if.
Some great advice.
And as for your weapon, you strike me as a... Let's do a bow staff. How do you feel about that? Do you feel comfortable with that?
I can do a bow staff.
Oh, it's like taking the
He
pole.
claps again, and they bring out this bow staff, but like the end of each end of it is like shaped like the head of a penis.
Alright.
I was gonna say it's either that or American Gladiators. What's going on here?
Oh.
Eden is now Carbine, which is hex triplet 960018. He's very deep red. I have wikipedia.org/shades of red open today.
I really wish that we just like had a graphic to just pull up. This is the shade of red that Eden is now.
Folks, if you'll direct your attention to the sidebar over here, we have a nice thermometer that's showing Eden's relative shade of red equivalent to his horniness. I'm sorry for implying Eden is horny. He's
So I'm
not.
definitely not gonna spend too much time on this because it's
Awesome.
absurd. So
I
Dareth,
want to keep this staff.
you go downstairs.
Of course I do.
You engage. Give me a performance roll.
Alright, this is it. This is
I hope it's as
everything.
good as your last performance roll.
Oh, God.
Is this more angelic or
I hope it's a
demonic?
1.
Oh my god, no.
We're gonna go to demonic.
Hey, real quick, whoever said 50 Shades of Eden, go to hell.
That would be a 15.
All right. You go down there, and you're sort of like don't know what you're doing at first, so it's a little bit awkward. But you honestly get sort of like the feel for what's going on kind of quickly, and you're like super proud of yourself, just like, yeah, I totally get how this works. And an hour goes by, and in total, on the stage when you get off, is 125 gold pieces,
I have to come back to you.
which is collected by one of Charlie's attendants.
Can I use my mage hand to assist in some of the antics and I don't know what it's doing, but
If you try, so you begin to conjure a mage hand, and one of the serious business guards beelines over to you, draws his sword, points it at you, and goes, "We don't do magic here."
oh, okay. Never mind.
And he sheathes his sword, and he like makes the "I'm watching you" hand gesture, and then walks away.
Johnny, someone in the chat would like to point out that the exact language you used was, when he gets off, he gets. Anyway.
I resisted pointing that out, but I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
Thanks, Rob.
The attendant also cleans up the stage.
You might clean the chainmail bikini too.
God in heaven, kill me!
So
What the fuck
that's the end
happened
of
to
that
this
scene.
episode?
It's
It
no
could
longer
always be worse.
It's no longer Eden who's deeply embarrassed. Now it's Ben too.
I hope that was worth it to you for no money and that description.
We got information.
This is our most R-rated episode yet, guys.
No, we've passed up into insert.
Oh, I'm sure we've done worse in terms of gore.
What is
Yeah, I mean, I
everybody
feel
else-
like the gore has been way worse than
Yeah, but
this
that's
has
like-
been sexual.
It's different though. Like R-rated gore is like not the same as R-rated sexual shit.
Well, I don't know.
Hey,
I gave up on the church.
I have found that this has been a fairly PG-13 description. I'm not like, there's titties.
Rogan. That's
But there's titties.
what was the exact
But
phrasing?
there are.
Just a peek
But
of
it's
ball.
implied in there are.
Just a little peek of ball.
I would like to point out, if you notice that at no point in time have I said that there was like nudity, it's just skimpy armor.
and peekaboo.
Real.
And peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
And people
Like-
getting off on stage.
What was it?
Yeah, that definitely did not happen.
Get off of the stage. Yeah.
Hey, real.
Real quick.
Can I use passive perception to maybe like figure out how big that dick is? For
Yeah, absolutely.
did I just kind of get a? No, I'm not asking for exact measurements. Just did I get a feel?
Rough guesstimate. Ooh, a field.
Of Dareth?
Yeah, well, I was wearing the skimpy, and I guess I was in the room. Maybe I was just wondering.
Were you watching? Did you throw something?
Dareth, roll a d8.
I'm just saying I have
Roll a
passive.
D8.
I'm just saying I might not necessarily been looking for it, but passive perception 16. Maybe I know this.
Can I
Jared,
add my
roll.
charisma to it?
No.
No.
Just roll a d8.
You can't make a part of your body.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Ah. That's a 1.
Oh no!
It's that many inches.
It's cold.
The chainmail is cold, to be fair.
It is.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I asked. I am so sorry I canonically shorted you like that.
You did!
Well, to be
Oh.
fair. You
Speaking of situations where inspiration would be really good, Terra, you get an inspiration.
Oh, what did I do?
You used the in-character going to the bathroom as an excuse to actually go to the bathroom, and I thought that was entertaining.
Yep. Well, and it's just like we just showed up.
Can I get
Verbal's
any?
had a day. Makes sense.
Can I get any for canonically establishing Dareth's dick?
I'm gonna give Dareth one for being a good sport about the one.
Not a tiny.
That's
Glenn!
What are we doing with our lives?
Perception of armor, the male gaze, so to speak.
Oh.
Well done, Glenn.
What was everybody else doing while I was up on the stage? Apparently Ian
Watching
was
you?
watching.
Tornak
Yeah.
was definitely getting drunk.
Oh no! I'm definitely sitting there going like, how is that what I was doing?
Now that's
And
awesome.
I'm like, all right. No, I'm just like totally analyzing like, oh okay, patching some missing memories, and be like, all right, not judging you for once.
We're now at Blood Red, which is hex triplet 660000. Deepest red I can find. It's awkward.
Alright, then we go outside.
Yeah.
Are we done here?
Well, bye to this chapter.
Dareth, do you put your regular clothes back on, or are you just
I
run the
assume
chainmail?
they need to take the bikini back, so I would, give it back and
All right,
put on my
cool.
regular clothes.
So you're back in your regular clothes.
and and get my weapons back as well, my actual.
Yeah. Everybody gets all your weapons back as you leave. Well, you got them back as you left the office.
Before we leave, I'm gonna pop over to Frank for a second.
Oh, hey, darling, your friend was glorious.
He's pretty
That's not
alright.
his voice.
I was like, yeah, he's pretty alright. Yeah, he seemed to enjoy himself, so, everybody wins.
Yeah, he did great for a first timer.
Yeah, not bad. Could you help me with something? I'm having trouble remembering where, Marado's is.
Oh, Moretos?
Yeah, thank you.
So you're gonna want to head out the east door, and then you'll head straight ahead. There'll be a fork in the road. You go left, you'll see the sun.
Okay, thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for you, darling?
No, that's gonna be it for now. I hope to see you.
All right, give us a hug.
Okay, fine. Okay, come here.
He gives you a big Goliath hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
New friends.
He's nice. He deserves it. He
Yep.
deserves all of the hugs.
Be sure to visit. Don't be a stranger.
Oh no. No, I'll drop by again as soon as I get the chance.
Oh.
Duty calls.
And then-
Go outside.
And then you leave.
And then I'm all like, I'm never coming back. I don't know. They seem like nice people.
Those are great. It was all fun. We had fun today.
That was an interesting experience.
Experience is a very diplomatic way of putting it.
Wikipedia.org/.
I hope that characterizes Vermal's last 2 days for you.
Okay. So, cool. I'm gonna be back, y'all.
Take a break.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, now might be a good time for those ads.
Oh, boy, howdy. Okay, how do we come back from that?
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, Terra. Alright, that's a you're smart. Good plan. Hey, folks, as I said at the very beginning of this stream, I have wonderful news about the future of the break in the near future. As I said at the very start of this week, take the time to take time off during winter. And it is still winter, but it is no longer December. So your favorite Infinity Break shows are coming back this very week, including brand new Of Horses and Men, the start of season 3 with me and Leslie. And of course later this week, Super Cinema, where we are finally talking about Venom, the greatest film of all time. Not a joke. But anywho, I am very excited to release both of those, and I'm sure Kirsty's will be coming along shortly as several of our shows kind of roll back into regular production. Do we want to do the big announcement now,
I can't wait for my mom to watch this.
Does your mother watch our
Yeah.
show?
Oh yeah, yeah, we've covered that.
I forgot about that.
Mhm. Dareth has an excellent, curious career ahead of him.
Sorry, the listeners are correct. Venom is not into the Spider-Verse. We have also recorded that episode, though, and that is also coming out soon.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
laughing
Rob,
because you said
she
Venom.
does.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse, I've heard, is amazing.
Into the Spider-Verse is great. Good luck finding it in a theater. Because it's the Christmas season, which means all the Aquamans and Mary Poppins and whatever have all supplanted it in the theaters already. Because I just don't think this shit through anymore. It's probably intentional.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Go easy on
Anyway,
yourself.
folks, hey, are you enjoying the show so far? Then you should know that this show is only possible with your support. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start a subscription with us for as little as $1 a month. Get extra analysis from a Forces and Men, behind-the-scenes commentary from Speak of the Devil and Curse Seas, and so much more. Right now, we are trying to reach 2 funding goals that will allow us to improve the quality of this show and take risks on future projects. What do you get out of it? Well, in addition to behind-the-scenes audio, we will be creating live tabletop games and special Super Cinema comic book specials once we reach those goals. Infinity Break has a big future planned, and we can only get there with your help. Thank you for supporting the Digital Ones and Infinity Break. In all sincerity, though, folks, over the course of the month of December, we managed to double our Patreon support from various people that are even in this very chat. So we thank you all for your support, and we promise that there are very cool things along the way. We have recently clarified the $5 tier. Previously, it was vague and about videos, but we would now like to explicitly state that at the $5 tier, you get bonus episodes of some of our shows. Not just the little snippets that we cut out, but like full-blown bonus episodes, including Leslie and I just talking about bullshit, and Johnny existing.
I'm a big fan of Johnny existing.
We all love
Aw.
the fact that Johnny
It's one of my
exists.
favorite parts about Johnny existing.
But anyway, we are sitting very, very, very close to the funding of our first funding goal, which is the monthly comic book specials that Nikki and I will be doing on the Super Cinema feed. Even as Super Cinema will no longer be happening on a regular basis because there's so many comic book movies we literally cannot watch them all. We will still be doing those comic book specials, and that will be very exciting. Right here at the midpoint seems like a good time to make the big announcement, especially since we're all present and here. Folks, I hope you are ready, because on January 26th and January 27th, we are doing a 24-hour live streaming event in hopes to boost our Infinity Break following, Infinity Break community, and maybe boosting our Patreon. This is a fundraising event. We have a lot of shows planned over the course of those 24 hours, including Johnny.
Including...
Did you just throw something over your shoulder?
He was dancing.
No, I was dancing. Including the very end of the 24-hour live stream thing is going to be a very special Speak of the Devil, like, side story that's going to cover some of the characters from the universes that didn't make it, including Andrew's other character from Terra's campaign, Eakle.
What? Is this a prequel?
Yeah.
It's a...
I hope so.
Alternate universe timeline.
It's an alternate quill.
Oh, okay.
It's a what's the, not succinct, that doesn't mean at the same time, does it?
No, I know the word, but I'm spacing on it.
Synchronized alternate timeline.
Not synonymous either.
Concurrent quill.
Yeah, it's a concurrent quill.
Do you want to reveal who's playing in that game, or should we maybe hold on that?
So far, we've got Andrew playing, resuming his role as Eakle, the boomerang-wielding rogue. We have, I think Leslie just confirmed, but has not picked a character. And then we have, who's the other person in the chat I only know as screen name
that would be Maddie,
as
who
Boy
is
Vandals?
Yes, that would be Maddie, who is the future host of a film podcast that we will be announcing very soon on the network.
Awesome. So, and then Maddie is going to play Corvus, Eatrix's brother.
Ooh.
Mhm.
It is
I
bound
have
to be.
feelings about that. But okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember Corvus.
Yeah, I do.
It is bound.
He
to be,
was a beast.
No,
He was an ass.
he was an ass.
No, that's what I mean. Is like, I was gonna say bastard, but like that.
Well, I
just
was also
seemed-
gonna say he was an ass hoe.
I feel really bad for that group because you got the Nothic and him in the same dungeon, and that's just a lot of like soul crushing going on.
You know, you had a rough time in that and then died, so.
Yep. Or did she?
In that universe.
Or did she?
Was that
As
the
far as Burma-
Just to be clear, Edatrix didn't necessarily, like, nobody saw Edatrix die. If she did die, it was off camera. She did plummet into a portal to hell.
With flames and all of it.
Yeah,
So-
lots of flames, lots of pit fiends, lots of succubi.
As far as Verbal is concerned, everybody in that past party died.
Super dead.
Except
Except Farron, who just walked the fuck away, like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not the only thing we're doing on that day. In addition to the Speak of the Devil special game, we are bringing back Speak of the Bard, this time with Johnny included. So if you like more of, oh boy, Lars Drumhammer, Orpheus, and Nikki's character,
And soon, Adagio Doomtree.
God, what a good name.
Oh, you're not going with Mordecai?
that is a good name.
I'm not going with Mordecai because I want to be able to talk. Adagio Doomtree is I think, half-elf. I'm modeling him as a backup dancer.
That's right,
So his
yes.
whole thing, he's a monk, and his fighting style is that he's dancing and just hits people while he's dancing.
Well, anyway, we are doing Speak of the Bard, Speak of the Devil. We will be doing a surprise little Pathfinder set later that night. There's going to be Roll With It Live, some gaming sessions. I genuinely hope you tune in. It is looking to be an absolute blast. We are going to be announcing more of the lineup as time ticks on. We lock down the schedule. So stay tuned to our various social media channels at InfinityBreak23 on Facebook and Twitter for more information on this 24-hour live streaming event. Not to name a bunch of names, but it truly looks like the entire Infinity Break crew is participating, and I'm very, very excited about that. So you can expect shows featuring Andrew, Johnny, and pretty much everyone at this table. Nathan Hermanson, Sarah Blunt, Nikki Boylan, just our new film people. It's going to be an absolute hoot. Even some past members of ours look quick. Anyway,
Secret special guests from our past.
that none of you know.
That's okay because most of the people at this table are going to be there.
Yes.
Which means that either I'm not or you're not.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, well then I am too. So I guess that is like all
Everyone
of
at the
people.
table.
Yeah, pretty much all of Infinity Break crew is participating for this big 24-hour live streaming event. We will actually be setting up a Facebook event on our Facebook later today. So
Nice.
you're all getting dragged into that whether you want to or not.
Nice.
Anyway, that concludes the commercials. Back to the show. Where were we?
So you are
Oh,
outside
yes.
of the absurd strip club.
Yes, we're outside.
What are we doing now?
Outside.
Outside.
Have we decided what we're doing now?
Okay, so Charlie is a problem.
Charlie, what? Okay.
He is a problem. You heard him, right?
Yeah.
You didn't really give a shit about the Bugbear War Tribes. You kind of actually liked them.
Oh.
He said explicitly it gets people bloodthirsty and horny.
Exactly.
Which is
That
a
is a
weird thing for
problem.
them to
He is
do.
a businessman, though. I mean, we're talking about a businessman here.
Regardless,
How
yes,
is that
it is.
any different?
Regardless, we have to do something about it.
Do some. Okay.
I don't know. I was asking the group
Okay. Fair.
what your thoughts are.
I don't know. He seems nice.
That's not what we're here to judge.
Oh yeah, that's right.
First of all, we're not here to judge anyone.
No.
We all made choices
No,
today.
That's okay. Everything's fine. He's on fire. Everything's fine.
So we need to do something to get him on our side or remove him
Yeah.
from the equation.
Well, let's appeal to his business sense. Is there a way to have some sort of leeway?
So if we could make the war tribes outside lose him money somehow?
That what? No.
Well, that would turn him against them.
Well,
true.
Is that our goal? To necessarily turn them
Yeah.
against them?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just sounds like logic that they would.
It does, but he clearly didn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's so protected, or feels so protected by these walls and the guards.
Sheriff is being absurdly logical today.
Yeah.
I really feel like we need to rein it in over there.
Yeah, Andrew, could you make him dumb again?
Sure, no problem.
No, I was gonna say, like,
I think we should knock down the walls.
Terra seems to have. I was about to say, like, Terra
There he
seems
is.
to be going in a direction.
The bitch is back.
And I was gonna say, like, so what? You wanna, like, do, like, a red flag scenario to make everybody afraid of the bugbears? No?
What?
Are we conducting an act of terrorism?
Well, I was gonna say.
I'm not opposed.
I mean,
This is the weirdest show.
if you
How is this
if
the
you
weirdest part of today?
help-
Yeah,
if
really.
you help the bugbears and well, like, scare people, then public pressure will be against them. And he's a businessman; he's gonna follow the money. So if public pressure is against bugbears, he's not gonna go for it. He might have a different opinion.
But are the bugbears threatening going to just cause more people to go to this place?
Yeah, but also
Because they
he
did
doesn't
California.
deal. He doesn't deal with the majority of people in Waterdeep. He deals with the uppity ups.
I could just cast a fireball on the place right now.
And get
I
arrested?
think Frank deserves that.
Frank is
Frank was nice.
I mean, our ultimate goal is that we have to take care of Charlie. If there's collateral damage, then that's...
I love what you say, take care of, with regards to offense.
Yeah, you were taking care of people very differently a few moments ago.
So what do you think? What does everyone think?
Does anyone else have an opinion on Charlie? And what should be done about
I
Glad
feel-
we're all having fun.
I feel like we should maybe try the diplomatic route.
it? Yeah. In what way?
Well, you two keep working there, close to him.
Alright. Fair. Great. That's all right.
And Ethan and I
Hello.
sit in a corner and get drunk.
I don't see how this helps us.
He didn't perks up anyway. Oh, hello. Yeah, no, I'm in for that. I've recently seen some things I'd like to forget.
Who's next on our list?
The only other one we have any sort of location for is Elia Crownobler, and she's at Tamora's Fancy.
Where is that?
I don't think we know.
Do we not
Sounds
know?
fancy. We
Johnny?
should probably check it out.
You canonically do not know.
I turn
So
to
we
a
can-
guard. What's the fuck the name of the place?
Tamora's Fancy.
Where's
Fancy.
Tamora's Fancy?
So you notice that there's a guard very close to you, like already. Specifically, like guards. In fact, I'm going to say a patrol, so 3 guards. They kind of like hushed, like whispers, sort of like talk to each other. What takes you to Timora's Fancy?
There was someone we wanted to meet there.
Local?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's just down that avenue.
Can I roll an insight check on that? This guy seems sketchy.
No, he seems
Well, he's a
Like, he
cop.
doesn't
Of course he
believe us.
seems sketchy.
13.
also bad.
He seems to be telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
So just down that avenue?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
You notice that they don't go anywhere. Like, they don't, like, leave you to it. They are standing there, like, watching you.
I turn and start walking down the avenue.
Yeah, I said avenue, not dark alleyway where we commit junk, you know. So, I'm gonna go with Terra.
As you guys start walking that direction, you notice that group of guards is following you.
No, I don't.
Some of you notice
I
that
know
the guards are following you.
Do I see tomorrow's fancy?
Yeah, you walk down a little ways, and once again, it's like one of those things where you just see this giant opulent building, and you just sort of like, even with your low wisdom, something in your brain goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. It's a big, like, golden sort of like palace. There's lots of like blinking lights coming from inside, and over the door is a large, like gold ornate inlaid roulette wheel that is slowly turning.
Like a place.
How far behind us are the guards?
They're following you at about 30, like 20, 30 feet. So kind of close.
And everybody notices this except for Terra?
Yep.
Tornik doesn't care.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because, like, if you think about it, kind of makes sense. Have you seen us?
Yeah. Not exactly upper class here. Not exactly middle class here. Alright, well, as long as everybody else is aware of it. How many were there? 4? 5? 3? Ah. Cool. So go inside the fancy.
Go inside.
At the door, two very like well outfitted guards just sort of like, you're like walking in and one of them like stops you with his hand. It's just like, where do you think you're going?
Well, we're going
Inside?
You've got money to spend?
More or less.
What do you
It
take us
doesn't
for?
sound very convincing. Why
Yes.
don't you just step off then?
Well, it
We
depends
have
on how
money.
much money you're talking about.
Why do you do this to us?
What?
Talking about an amount of money that could buy you better clothes than that.
Oh,
We could
what,
buy
is this-
ourselves better clothes. We just choose not to.
That's a piss poor decision then. Go get 'em.
Priorities.
All right, let's go to the tailor. Where's the tailor?
Oh yeah, that's damn good. Well, let's see. That away, because I got instructions from Frank.
Let's go to the tailor. Johnny.
Hello, Johnny.
Mhm.
Is now a good time to mention that I am actually wearing very nice clothes under my armor?
I mean, if they were nice at some point, they are not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You spent quite a long time in a constantly raining place.
That was also underground.
Yeah, sometimes we spend it underground.
Yeah, sometimes underground, and to my knowledge, none of you have stopped by a laundromat.
We washed our clothes.
Yeah,
Wait,
we did
apparently
wash
I
our
did.
clothes.
No, you did wash your clothes, but that
That
was
doesn't make
one
sense.
time after
Yeah.
weeks.
Well,
And that was before we walked into a tomb.
And like you've had fucking like fire thrown at you. You've had so like your clothes are tattered and awful.
we had fire thrown at us?
It happens.
I didn't mean literally. I just meant like in general. Like you fought fucking flesh golems.
Oh, I
like
was just gonna go with it.
No. Oh, that's right. Okay. I was
They
like,
kind of smell
since
like
we
death,
washed
so
our
I-
clothes, no, we haven't. But yeah, that's right.
No, Darren hasn't hit us with a fireball in.
Oh, why? It's been a minute.
I have never hit anybody with fireball.
In this campaign.
Yeah.
In this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like sit here and like super police realism or anything like that, but for this fancy as fuck part of town, like absolutely not. You have disgusting clothes by their standards.
Can we go to the tailor?
Yeah.
go.
So
Yeah,
you,
let's go there.
Vermal knows where the tailor is.
Yeah.
Moredo's fine clothing is another freestanding building. It's. Have you? I'm assuming everyone at this table has seen Invaders Inn.
No.
I have all of it.
Really?
Multiple times. It's the best thing ever. What's
I'm so surprised. Anyways, so
Well,
in
that was a
Invaders
gamble.
Inn,
3 out of 4,
the,
yeah.
the like animation style has the house as like slimmer at the bottom and then it widens at the top.
The
And
architecture is
Moredo's
completely
Fine
nuts.
Goods is like slimmer. Like the bottom is sort of like just the doorway, like barely just big enough for the doorway. And then the building gets like the second floor is obviously bigger and it's just like angled. It's a very silly looking building.
Am I just picturing open door ladder straight up?
Is stairwell.
Alright.
You got your vets
Uh,
down here?
But the
Apparently-
door is
okay,
not
take it.
unlocked. there is a small button next to the door.
Does it go ping pong?
You'll find out.
Press the button.
When you press the button, you feel like a magical spark. Being an arcane person, you sort of like, it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And then you just hear, yes, this is Moredo. How can I help you?
Yeah, I've got well, I'm in need of some better clothing, but I've also got a ticket that I wish to give back to you in exchange for stuff.
Also, that was fully not Moredo's voice, so when it changes drastically just now, don't be surprised.
Don't care. Okay.
Oh, you're looking for clothing. What is the ticket number?
I have a ticket. I don't know what the number is. I read the number. I'm assuming
On
I
the
read
ticket,
it.
there is a number that it's you. We don't have to say it. There's a ticket number. You read in the ticket number.
There. Yes.
Oh yes, of course, the vest. It is a very fine vest. I will unlock the door, and you will come up, and I will give you the vest.
Thank you.
And the door just like magically opens itself.
Cool. Do you have any?
So we go upstairs.
Yeah, let's go.
When you get up, the stairwell itself just has a lot of pictures on the wall of, like, it seems like very important people wearing this guy's clothes, and he's, like, there with them. He is a really, like, you can tell from the pictures, because it's the same guy next to these people in every picture, but he's a very, like, short, stout minotaur. Like, think if a dwarf, like a dwarf-sized minotaur.
Huh. Okay.
That was his fabric.
Sorry, getting my notes. You get to the top of the stairs. The place is just like super opulent. There's clothing racks everywhere. There's a bunch of mannequins wearing like insanely opulent, like embroidered clothes. And you just see this like really dashing tiny minotaur. Like he's much smaller than he appeared in the pictures, and you're a little bit like, I wonder if he had those pictures magically doctored. All of his long chin hair is like braided and has like these like clearly like golden and bejeweled beads on them. His hair is slicked back. Yes, I have your vest right here. That will be 100 gold pieces.
I thought Charlie took care of that.
Charlie said that he gave you money.
Oh yes, of course. Here you go. $100, you say?
Yes.
All right. There you are.
And he puts a clothing bag on the counter that clearly has more than one article of clothing in it.
All right. No questions asked.
And for your friends, they look disgusting. I assume that you would like new outfits?
Yeah, that's what we were here for.
All right,
We're just
let's get you to the sizing rooms. You all do have money, yes?
yes.
Yes.
It is 100 gold per outfit.
Perfect.
No.
Eden has spent more money in Waterdeep than I think he had in the previous year. I'm running low on funds.
Tordek does not have enough money because we spent all of it on that fucking mustache.
That's not true. We also wasted a lot of money skipping ahead in line.
Oh, don't forget about the javelin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We once spent a lot of money to skip ahead in the line.
I don't think I was here for that.
You were
When we
not.
first entered Waterdeep.
According to my ledger, it says minus 100 gold for being impatient.
That makes sense.
I write my sins, not what I actually bought.
Well, Dareth is going to walk right in because he does have exactly 100 gold.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm
Where
gonna-
are you sleeping tonight?
I don't know. I'll figure that out later.
Oh, to have the carefree whimsy of Derek.
We will figure it out
Derek
later.
is very manic.
I live my life constantly plagued by anxiety, and I just wish I could be Derek for one moment. He's like, where are you sleeping tonight? I'll find out.
We'll figure that out.
Why not, fucker?
I'm gonna ask Moredo if there's a changing room that I might
borrow for a moment?
Oh yes, of course. Back of the shop. And when you look over, you feel a little silly because the back of the shop is literally nothing but changing stalls.
Nice.
It's like an entire wall of changing stalls.
Well, I was gonna say, are there arrows pointing like here, idiot?
As you're a paying customer, of course, help yourself to the wine. You, the pretty one, pay up front and you can have wine as well.
Okay. Sweet. I give him
And he holds out his
all of
hand
my
for
gold.
money.
I have exactly 100 gold that he gives you.
He takes the gold and puts it in a like really fine velvet bag, and then tucks it underneath the counter. All right, either of the two of you, or will you be waiting outside?
NPC just volunteered to split up the party.
I will. If Eden goes in on this, I'll be like losing more than half of what I have left. So I'm not. And I'm not Dareth, who just doesn't give a shit about the material world. So I think Eden's gonna bow out.
Afford it, can't afford it. So
Hey, you want to go get a drink?
Don't stray too far.
If you are poor and want drink, I recommend Southwood.
we're not poor. I just don't have 100.
We're not. This is turning into the scene from Pretty Woman.
I love that.
I lad, thank you for the advice, but we ain't on as hard of times as you think we are.
Yeah, we are.
And then I leave. And then like maybe like a.
We had a fuck ton of gold, and then we spent it on a fucking mustache,
Which won't even stay on your face.
which won't even stay on your face.
I mean, I would just like to point out that you went to the rich part of town, and nobody has ever talked to the person that would give you money, like, if you did
Oh, yeah.
stuff. I literally had, like, I have, like, a D100 roll page thing made up for you talking to this quest giver.
We haven't.
Don't know why I did that.
Yeah, there's a
We're just going to
Dragonborn
strip clubs.
mercenary that we need to go talk to.
What the fuck?
Then
Why
I-
does nobody catch me up?
That I was absolutely not listening.
Well,
anyway,
so
Tornik
you
and I
guys
left.
are outside, and I'm going to say the fitting process is, like, we can just sum that up as it's really, like, I don't know if you've ever gotten fit for anything, but it's nice, and there's wine, and
Yeah.
that's what happened.
there-
Bermal,
Yes.
when you open your clothing bag,
Yes.
the vest is there, and it's repaired, and it's, like, nice and cleaned, but also you have, like, an entire outfit along with it.
And it's yeah.
that specifically matches the vest and your armor. Like, the outfit is made for, like, fitting underneath your armor, and the vest is now made for over your armor, and it's, like, all fucking perfect to, like, you.
All right.
Custom tailored. You get +1 AC and +1 to stealth rolls, as it is all pitch black.
Secret.
Yes.
It is up to you whether it's pants or a skirt, but one of those.
Nope, that was a binary option.
No, it wasn't binary option. I don't
Or,
believe
I mean, like,
I don't
it
believe
could
in
be
binary. Come on now.
skirts for all I care. Like,
Bottoms. There are bottoms.
uh,
I'm gonna go.
But yeah,
I'm
so-
gonna go pants this time.
you're the artist. Do what you will.
Yeah, fair enough. And what was
Dareth
the-
will get back to you.
was +1 to
You
something?
two that are outside, what are you getting up to?
Hey, do you want to go visit the? Yeah, no, whatever. Out of character.
Where do you-
Hey, you want to go visit that quest giver and get some gold?
Yeah, do you know who it is?
It's a Dragonborn mercenary.
Yeah,
Really?
because I told you that out of character.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, Dareth has
No,
a way
no.
to make some
Eden,
good money.
hold up.
Eden,
Shut
wait,
up.
Eden was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Eden would have heard
Was
that in
he?
person. Ben Hamlin wasn't paying attention.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because Ben Hamlin is the person who minds the chat and shit like that, I will tell you that it is Blazidian One Eye, and he hangs out at the Red Gauntlet, which is in the South Ward, where the guy told you to go because you're poor.
Thank you. Yes, in my defense, I do watch the chat, and also I live tweet the show, and I do marketing while
Yeah.
we're playing.
Yeah.
Also, I have the attention span of a fucking termite.
Also,
Yep.
Were you about to tell me that?
You know,
Anyway.
there's lots of choice things that I could say about your attention span.
What's
But for the sake of time, what I'm thinking we'll do is fast forward the fitting process, and then we'll leave it off as the 4 of you going together to this guy, unless the 2 of you would like to have a Tordek Doctor moment at the beginning of next episode.
Let's have a fun Tordek Doctor moment. I don't feel like we get a bond that often.
No, we don't.
Cool. All right, we'll do that. So you guys head off that direction, and we'll end the show there.
Cool. Well, real quick, I'll
What's
just.
your club thing look like?
Oh, he said he's gonna do that.
Oh.
Oh yeah. All right. So Dareth, you're wearing what is it, like a long jacket and then like a shirt and pants, basically.
Yep. That's basically it.
So you get like, I mean, you have some say in this. So like, if anything sounds like you're just like, no, I don't want that, then that's you telling Moredo, no, I don't want that.
Okay.
But he brings out for you a like.
Okay, hold on. Before we do this, is there some sort of montage music playing?
Absolutely.
Okay. Girls just want to have fun.
Eye of the dragon.
Yeah, I was thinking 1980s. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Definitely girls just want to have fun.
So I've been watching a lot of Full Metal Alchemist. So think that jacket,
I
but
have no idea what that is.
What's
all right. So
another-
it's like a long
It
trench
looks
coat
so
jacket with a
cool.
hood.
Cool. Perfect.
No weird symbol on the back. So he brings out a black, and it's got like a really nice what's the word for the like wings on shirts up here?
Like a.
Collar, like a jacket collar. So it's got like a really nice collar. It's got a hood attached. It's all black with purple
Accents.
accents the threading. Brings out a really nice like white dress shirt, and then just like some slacks, black slacks.
How well can I like move around in it? Is it constricting?
When you put it on, it fits perfectly, and like you never want to wear anything else ever again. Like it is the absolute perfect fit. You can move effortlessly.
I'm sold.
You already paid.
Eden knocks on the door during the montage, temporarily interrupting Walk Like an Egyptian. And
I
he just,
say the record skips.
yeah, the second my
Yeah.
ugly mug enters the room. Just anyway, hey, we're actually gonna go head down to the South Ward. Could you meet us in that? What was the place? The Red
The
Gauntlet.
Red Gauntlet?
The red gauntlet.
Goblin, whatever.
The red
I
gauntlet.
could you just go meet us in the Red Gauntlet? We'll, I'm sure we'll still be down there by the time we get done.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I'm busy.
Catch you later.
I'll put the record back on, and then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I like the idea that the Bengals exist in this world.
Why not?
I always think of in the Mighty Ducks, they go shopping. And it's like
I've seen
that.
that movie very much.
Wow.
Oh my
I
god! I
remember
don't think
that.
I've seen that movie since 1998.
But it has that song. It's like
I
wow,
really liked it
wow.
when I was a little kid.
I
Oh.
love
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie
that
when I was a
song,
little kid.
yeah.
As well.
Oh yeah, maybe
We
that's
should
what-
watch that during the 24-hour live stream. That's one of our time blocks. It's just us watching
Hey,
Mighty
Johnny,
Ducks.
Johnny, buddy.
Emilio Estevez
would
for
you like-
2 hours.
Would
The
you like-
90s are over.
We'll Mystery Science Theater it. It'll be great.
Johnny, would you like to pay Disney for the license to that?
Oh no, not at all.
Well, no, we don't show any of the movie. We just have pictures of us. As
Yeah,
we
it's just
watch
like
it.
us watching the movie. It'll
Yeah.
be like there's a show over here called like Gogglebox or something like that, where literally it's people watching TV shows, but the camera's pointed at the people watching the show,
Yeah.
and they're just reacting to it.
Yeah, watch a lot of Netflix.
And then you play that while you're watching it yourself on your own.
Yeah,
time.
exactly,
Yeah, that's how you MST3K your way around Disney.
exactly.
Fuck you, Walt.
So yes, that is my clothes now.
Also, fuck Walt Disney indeed, because he's a weird frozen Nazi popsicle.
A Nazicle!
Nazi.
No, we don't need to make it sound more fun.
Oh, I don't know. I think the idea of a frozen Nazi sounds fantastic.
Opposite
It
Captain
sounds
America.
delicious,
No.
especially if it's a rich one.
I didn't say delicious, but...
Yeah, I don't think I want to eat
the
a
rich,
Nazi,
just
but,
saying.
you know.
Let's move along. Johnny, is that it? Can we do the
Yeah.
credits?
I mean, that was it a while. I ended this a while ago. You guys kept going.
Okay. Johnny, I do have one question.
Yep.
So my AC went up to 16. What was the other thing that happened?
Stealth. It was stealth.
You
It was
get,
plus one to
yeah,
stealth.
I think I said +2 to stealth rolls.
Oh, +2 to stealth. Thank you.
Does mine do anything fancy? Or is it just nice?
What's your AC right now?
50 with major.
Yeah, you get +1 AC and +2 to stealth rolls.
Nice. Good thing I asked.
Fancy. Nicely.
Well-fitting black clothing is a wonderful thing.
And Tornik and I are going to be friends later.
Yep.
Hey, folks.
You don't get any stat bonuses, but what you do get is friendship.
Maybe
And
the
friendship
true
was
stat
the stat
bonuses.
bonus all along.
There we go.
Except it wasn't.
Not helpful, but it's okay.
Hear that, Christina? We've non-tangibly helped each other.
Yeah.
Which means we haven't helped each
Which
other.
means we
I mean,
haven't
that's what we
helped.
learned from the Mighty Ducks, right?
We haven't quite helped each other.
Ben!
Hey folks, this has been Speak of the Devil, an Infinity Break production produced by Ben Hamlin and Johnny Rinaldo, written and hosted by the same said Johnny Rinaldo, with players
Terra, Bosart!
Christina Gray.
Andrew Eakle and Ben Hamlin. Our logo was done by the incredible Stacy LeFevre, and you can find her work at Staceart on Facebook. That's Staceart. Most of the other channel art was of course done by our wonderful Terra Bosart. And these figures were hand painted by, which you didn't see today. Moving on. Thanks, Trevor.
You can see him now.
Yeah, there they are.
I put them on the air platforms that we got from Dirt Cheap Dungeons because they're awesome. Also, Dirt Cheap Dungeons, those guys are great. I think the Kickstarter might be over. Check. I don't want to say that. But they're fucking awesome, and you can get like a full dungeon set for like $60, which is nothing. That's like one piece of Dwarven Forge. Anyways, that's my wee plug for them.
Thank you.
We're Ben.
Johnny-
we can also
Johnny, who does the
announce
credits?
that we're. Yeah. All right, fine.
I'll announce that when it's confirmed.
Cool.
Anyway, thanks, Trevor. Oh God, as I've already said, this show is a product of InfinityBreak.net, where we're telling stories our own way. Podcasts, webcomics, live streams, videos, and more are all available at InfinityBreak.net. If you like what you're hearing, please take the time to follow this channel and be here next week for the continuation of this story. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23, Instagram, and Facebook for all the updates on your favorite shows and extra behind-the-scenes info about what we're doing here at Infinity Break. And folks, I'm going to tell you now that we have a number of large things planned for even the month of January. We're releasing a new film podcast, details of which I will not be releasing yet, but that is going to be in the near future, as well as the fact that we are doing a 24-hour live stream, and incidentally, we will be doing a bonus live stream later this month for the fun of it, featuring myself, Johnny Rinaldo, Andrew Eakle, Glenn Hirschberger, and William Scott Hirschberger. And Scott Hirschberger. I'm so sorry. I know you're in the chat, Scott. My bad.
That's the one that we did not do last.
That is the one we did not do earlier.
My brain was exploding.
Yes. That is going to be a Mad Max Fury Road themed D&D 5th edition game. I am not going to tell you which players are playing cannibals.
It's all of us.
Just know that it's going to be 40% of the party. Anywho, that is going to be January
19th.
Thank you. January 19th. That is a Saturday, so stay tuned for that. We have a Facebook group where we discuss all sorts of nerd topics, so if you're into tabletop and comics, that is the place to be. Join the Infinity Loop today, attached to our Facebook page. Real quick, for the players with online presences, where can we find you all on Twitter?
Okay, I guess I'm starting out. I am at Frostbay42.
I am at Cyber Satyr.
I'm at Ander
At Ben C. Hamlin.
At
folks,
Johnny Rinaldo. Wow.
Sorry,
You were just going to
sir.
go on without me.
Yeah, I kind of was. Finally, if you like what we're doing here, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start a monthly donation with us for as little as $1 a month. Get access to all sorts of behind-the-scenes nonsense, as I have revealed earlier. Blah, 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 blah. We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about that. Folks, really, I'm just going to encourage you that when the event goes up for the 24-hour live stream, that you hop into that event and please invite your friends, both to the Infinity Loop and that event in question. I cannot reveal all of the things we are going to be broadcasting, but there's going to be some stuff about Spider-Man. It's going to be an absolute hoot, and I really hope that you join us for that event.
I'm going to be in it as much as I possibly can, so join me in sleep deprivation.
Yep.
We will get to watch the stages of Andrew's just psyche deteriorate.
For both of us, actually, as our collars kind of start ruffling and the bags under our eyes. And
Yeah, same though, because it's like 4 weeks into the school quarter, and I'm doing
but we're going to be able to watch in live
this time. We're gonna watch Andrew
Andrew's
live.
gonna turn into Terra.
It's gonna be
It's going to be
beautiful.
awesome.
If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what. Anyway, once again, January 26th to the 27th. Please stay tuned for further announcements on our Facebook page and whatnot, including when the Facebook event begins. Lastly, merchandise can be found on our shop link on our website. I think that's absolutely everything. Once again, this has been Speak of the Devil. Thank you very much for listening. We will see you next week at the exact same time.
End this fucking nightmare.
That's the show, folks. Thank you for watching.
I already did it.
Fuck you.
Somebody Jeff gets the last
Good
word.
job, everybody.
So we're done streaming.
We are.
Yes.
Yes. I